Hello, Jonelle Jackson. How are you? How is everyone? Hopefully, everybody comes in. We're gonna give you all some time to get here. I did shout on my Instagram that I was gonna go live. Can we turn that down, babe? It's pretty loud. We're going live. We gotta talk about Raw. We got a few other things to discuss because people are tripping in these YouTube streets, okay? And of course, people are tripping all over the place. Hello, Nicholas Jenkins. Hello, J Sav. Hello, Demonte Smith. I think I said it right this time. If I got it right, just give me a thumbs up. And of course, hello, Jonelle. All right, so I'm gonna talk to y'all five since y'all in here because y'all on time, y'all. Y'all came on time, on time. Heard on y'all. All right. Now I was in my petty mode today. And okay, look, now shit. Now some people Demonte, I got it right. Yes. Right. Like some people were not happy with the way I was covering Raw. I didn't really do Raw commentary on Instagram today because I ain't fucking feel like it. But for the most part, I was pretty chill. I mean, except for calling Charlotte Flair legs up Flair. But I mean, she do look like legs up Flair. Mandy's legs was super dark. Like I was telling my husband the other day, earlier, she looked like she baked a little too long. Like she was real gender, real golden brown. Like she was golden brown. Calm down, Garrett. Calm down. Calm down. Raw was not bad. I was entertained. And what I liked was that they introduced new people. It wasn't the same people. Now they did run one match back, which was the Hurt Business versus Viking Raiders. They did rerun that. And they had Elias going up against Kofi this week, which I think last week Xavier went up against Elias and Jackson Riker as a team. I want to say. Y'all could correct me in the comment section below. But sirs and ma'ams, okay? Listen, I got a few things to go over, so I want to talk about Raw briefly because it was an okay show. It wasn't terrible. I didn't really care about the opening, so I didn't watch the opening. It's interesting how MVP is doing all the talking and Bobby Lashley isn't showing up on television. Now, Bobby was there last week, but he wasn't there this week. So something's off about that. Last week, he was there just to have his match. He didn't show up at the end of the night when they did the big reveal for Dijakovic and Madden. Then this week, they had their match, and they basically... Hold on a second. I get to Dio Madden waist trainer in a minute, Demonte, okay? Hi, Joey. How are you? Hello, Jamarius. Hi. Hello. Raw was a 6.5 for you. Raw was okay. It's been better than it was for the last couple of weeks. They've been there. It looks like they're trying to step out of their comfort zone a bit and move forward into some new stuff. I'm gonna say Tavion. Is that how I say your name? I hope I got it right. They've been trying, and that's all we ask for is for them to try. But I got a few things we finna talk about. It's gonna be a long night, hunting. Okay, we in 4 minutes in, but let me get some stuff sent to my email so I can pull up some pictures. Hello, Aaliyah. Hello, Chef Rike. My normal people coming in today. Hello. Yeah, it was better than last Monday. I agree, Demonte. It was. If Raw keeps it up, it might tie SmackDown for my opinion. Oh, I don't know about it. But it did okay. I will give them their props. They did all right. So In fairness, I want to make sure y'all have all the same stuff that I post on my Instagram. So give me 1 second. Let me make sure I put all the stuff in here. Okay, so let's go. More of it says Raw was okay. For the first time, I'm finally interested in how they're teasing a breakup between Shayna and Nia. Yes, I actually agree with that. I'm fine with that as long as they go through with it. You know what I'm saying? Like they gotta go through with it. Devontae said they was right. Hello, bad guy bitch. How are you? Okay, so we finna vibe right quick. We gonna talk. Okay. So basically, Raw it was decent show. It wasn't bad, and it wasn't superiorly great either, but it was a decent show. For the most part, I enjoyed it. And I didn't watch it from the beginning. Like I said, I usually do, but this time I decided to not watch it from the beginning. I moved on. I came in and watched it towards the part where Drew was getting beat up, and he told Pierce he wanted a match with Dijakovic and Dio Madden. So he got that match or whatever, and later on in the night, which they gave it to him at the top of the hour for 9 o'clock, I believe it was, instead of giving him the final match of the night, which I thought was a very smart thing to do. They flipped around the main events. So I thought that was really smart. They gave Drew the 10 o'clock slot, and they gave Charlotte and Asuka and Rhea, they gave them the 10:30 slot. So it was an okay show for me. It wasn't bad. I liked it, and I'll say that it looks like they're trying to make some changes that actually will work out in the end. You saw that Sheamus had a pretty much a dominant squashing of Humberto Carrillo, but that could lead to Humberto having an actual rivalry with Sheamus. I'm hoping that's what they decide to do. They have so many people in the back, like I really would love to see what they could do with that. I think Umberto will work out wonderful with Sheamus. He could kind of give him a bit of an edge to him, and I think it would work out in their favor if they did something like that. So moving on to some of y'all comments. Let's get to some of y'all comments. Here we go. With Shayna winning, hopefully Shayna could win. I'm not having a guess because I'm living for that because I don't like this nice Shayna at all. I don't see her as nice, but I mean she's a bit tamer than she was in NXT, but she's not by any means nice. Um Charlotte is definitely getting fined or suspended. Oh, she beat the hell out the ref, so I heard. I had to go to the bathroom, so I didn't get to see that part. So my husband told me that she beat the hell out the referee. I might have to run it back, bitch, so I can see because I didn't see that. Dio Madden had a waist child. Let me tell y'all something. When I saw that shit, yeah, bruh. I wish I could play the video for y'all here because I might be able to. Hold on, let me see if I can get it. So I can send it because bitch. Zio Madden was not playing, honey. Oh my god, it was so funny. It was so funny. Oh, oh shit. Oh, it was too funny. It was too funny. And I'm pretty sure it's like a exercising belt or something, but it looked like a waist trainer. So I I called it as I saw it. And ciao. Hello, Tears. Zio. Zio, baby. I don't know what you thought you was doing, but that waist trainer exposed you, honey. And I feel like I should be able to make fun of him simply because he a heel. And y'all shouldn't chastise me for that. I should be allowed to say that. Period. Anyway, I wait till the video gets sent out and then I'm gonna show y'all. But child, when I tell y'all I was crying over that shit, I cried. And my husband was sitting up here like, what the fuck? I was rolling. It was so funny. Oh, goodness me. Po Dio. Po Dio. He just all kinds of tore up. I mean, he looked like a busted can of biscuits up there with all kinds of he had a straight up fatty just oh goodness. Let me be quiet for somebody to get upset with me. Let me see. I hope they don't overuse Nia falling stuff. I mean, that's already happening, so you're gonna have to either, get that with it or, kind of let that roll. But you know, they can leave that falling shit outside the door. Would you be here for Randy tagging with Riddle? I mean, they both like weed, so I don't see nothing wrong with it. I mean, no, real talk. Let me keep it real. Do I want to see Randy Orton tagging with Matt Riddle? I mean, I don't understand how that would work. I would have to see it because the way Randy Orton is operating is not on a comedic level, and Matt Riddle is more of a comic relief type of character. So I don't know how that would readily work. I mean, because he kind of reminds me of Festus. If you ain't been watching wrestling long enough, then you don't know who Festus is. But Festus was who Luke Gallows' character was before he became Luke Gallows and like New Japan famous, a part of the Bullet Club, right? So when Gallows was in WWE originally, I hope I'm not mixing them up. That's the right dude. Okay, so when he was there originally, yeah, the song that he came out to was Biscuits and Gravy, but he did not talk. And he was kind of, it was kind of, he kind of was special needs. And when he actually, until the bell went off, and then he would turn into like a fucking monster. And you would just be like, what just happened? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, yeah, that's how he was. So like, I mean, I'm just saying, like, Riddle kind of reminds me of that. He just is coherent enough, and I'm just like, I don't know if that would work in Randy's favor. Okay. Garza got me and Nia tingling. I don't like Angel Garza. I'm not a pretty boy girl. I need my dude to have a little grit. Like he gotta be able to run outside and put some dirt in his face or something. He can't. He's too pretty for that. Like Garza's too pretty, and I don't want no man who's prettier than me who gonna take longer in the mirror doing his hair and getting dressed than me. No, go put you some Jordans on, put on some nice cologne, and make sure your haircut and your beard lined up, and you straight. I
See,
don't. I don't
Garza's
want
just nice
to.
to look at.
I
That's
don't
how
even
I
like
view
looking
it.
at him. I don't want to look at him.
Wow.
I don't want to look at him. Okay. Alexa Bliss possibly involving back in the women's division action with Lily. There's no possibly. That is happening. She is needed, which is why they split her and the Fiend up in the first place, which I
Mm-hmm.
don't have a problem with that. It was smart because your women's vision is depleted. And right now, you only have three women at the top, and she's a former five-time women's champion. If
Unfortunately.
anything, and whether y'all like it or not, it's true. If anything, she should be one of the people at the forefront of the division as well. Now, Bliss's wrestling capability isn't the greatest, but her characters have always been solid, and that's what puts her over. So she needs to be there. She should be there, and that's where they're putting her.
Yep.
Dio is kind of cute when I look at him. It's not the fact that he's ugly; he's just a shitty wrestler,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
And
he
that's
his and
badly
his
built. Like
yeah,
he's
and his
badly built,
dreads
which is why he had that waist trainer on today. He badly built.
and his dreads be kind of whack.
And then he need to go get his dreads retwisted. I like when you wear locks, but you gotta keep your locks together. Like when your locks have become three and four, all three and four of one lock, they've all locked together and become one big ass lock to where it's like breaking off because it's too long and the weight of your lock. it's breaking off of your hair, that's a sign you need to go get your shit retwisted, or
Mm.
at least go get them redone. Like, there's plenty of salons that do it and will lock your hair back up for you. I don't understand why you
Yeah.
can't.
Gonna start calling Dio Madden Breaking Bad because of his locks.
No,
Just like
not Jesus.
y'all
Is
see Dio
Lily
Madden's
gonna
hair?
be
Yeah,
Nikki?
girl, it's
I
Breaking
I don't
Bad.
think
No.
Lily. I don't think Lily's gonna be Nikki. I think she's an alter ego of Alexa Bliss.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't think, and if they do make it so that Lily is Nikki, they could have just had Nikki there with
Yeah.
Bliss instead of leaving her to the wayside, in the back. If they wanted to do that, they most definitely could. And she still could be a part of it. Like,
Yeah.
she still could make Nikki Cross be one of her minions, which I would do because Nikki plays crazy very well.
Yeah, she could like have like they could have like a match and Nikki try to do what Kaden did to like Tien Shaw on
Yeah.
NXT, and then have like Alexa just blow smoke in her face, and then that's like transferring Lily over to Nikki.
I feel like Lily is either
Mm-hmm.
going to be Nikki, a tour for Alexa, or maybe a
Oh, it's my
debut in Vanessa
comment.
Bourne. Oh, that'd be cool to put Vanessa there.
Yeah,
But see,
I
I
always
want
thought
Vanessa on SmackDown. And
I
the
would
reason,
too. Oh, you go.
no, I want her on SmackDown specifically because Bourne is a good heel without all the extraness. Like, she works as a good heel, like what Carmella tries to be. Vanessa Bourne is. No, I'm not even trying to
Mm-hmm.
shade Carmella. It's just real. Like, what they try to do with Carmella, which Carmella did rise to the occasion. I give her credit. But what they try to do with Carmella, they could very well do with Bourne. And she already has all the skill to do it. They don't have to like let her, or that like talent doesn't have to kind of go to where she is. She can rise to the occasion in given the match. So I would have let Bourne be the one to kind of like be your ultimate diva-ish style character, but she can wrestle. Where
Yeah,
she got a lot of mouth.
Mm-hmm.
She's very much arrogant, and she can back up her arrogance.
yeah. Her wrestling isn't
Uh-huh.
bad. I missed her in the ring because she was really good. At least I
Yeah,
think so. But I don't know. I just thought like that maybe this would be nice, especially because of that whatchamacallit, that neck breaker that she brought out in one of her like
yeah.
last matches. That like I forgot, people called it the Last Supper, but it was like she did it to Jessica Mea, like this really nice neck breaker, and I was like that would kind of pair well with this like darker gimmick because it's really quick. It's really like it can come out of nowhere. I just really liked it, and I'm like it could pair well with like a dark twisted gimmick.
I agree. It can, but I just first they got to get her out there, and she's
Yeah.
not.
But she
She's not.
would thrive well on SmackDown, especially
Uh-huh.
SmackDown needs women the most.
Yes, they do. Now, I did put a post up on my pay well my YouTube channel here. I put it up there earlier about them trading Mia Yim over, and they should have been had Mia Yim on SmackDown, but they sent Mia Yim to SmackDown as well as Shane Thorne. At least that's the rumor. Until I see some concrete evidence, I'm gonna call it a rumor. Tears has said that shit looked like one of those thong waist trainers because you saw his head.
Oh, happy birthday,
No.
Enrique! Happy
So
birthday.
apparently Charlotte is suspended indefinitely and was fined $100,000.
Oh, she got suspended for beating up the ref?
Yeah, this on WWE's Instagram page. It says she
Oh, I
got
saw that
suspended
comment.
indefinitely
She beat the hell out the ref. So I mean,
and fined $100,000.
well, that's a drop in the bucket. The bitch make 3 million. So
Yeah.
just saying, she all right. She all right. She like, I give you a little fucking 100,000. I give you a little cut.
She says that's the price of my gear.
Period. That robe was fire. I don't care what
It
I
nobody say. I
love
was.
like
her
I
that damn
robe.
loved
robe.
it.
I
That
absolutely
robe
love
was
her robe.
beautiful. I said, bitch, I know you didn't come out here. You
Mm-hmm.
came out here
Mhm.
earlier looking like Charlotte.
They
Okay,
posted
some of
a
y'all got
close up
mad
of
at
her
me.
robe.
Some of y'all got mad at me because I called her legs up flare. But hear me out, okay? Now, shit. She came out there. And y'all know Charlotte ain't got no ass. Y'all know this. This ain't new news. I'm
Yep.
not being mean. I'm just saying, like, you play to your strengths, okay? Her strengths are her legs, and of course, she has
Hmm.
a very feminine upper body, okay?
Yeah, she
I would have put
P-shaped.
her in a peplum style jacket or something that was tapered at the waist and let it kind of guide the waist out a bit. She would have worn pants and not shorts. I don't like that. It makes her
Yeah,
torso look
Charlotte
shorter.
always
It
does
doesn't
this.
it doesn't accentuate her. And I don't know if it's the stylists that do it. I don't know if they are, if they're just like, oh, well, we want to show off your legs. You can do that. Put her in a damn blazer and a sheath style dress, and you can show off her legs. I'm like, you don't have to do that, like, because that, first of all, the pants were ill-fitting. The shorts, they
Hmm.
didn't fit her at all, because there was a whole bunch of seat room in them shorts. I was like, you
Hmm.
just you just real Hank Hill ass with it. You ain't
It
got
looked
nothing.
like a romper gone wrong.
Yeah. And my mom was like, I like Charlotte, but that didn't do nothing for her. And I was just like, no, it didn't. And I'm like, if she had wore pants, it would have worked for her. And she should have went real disco with it. The outfit was disco as it was, so I would have made her wear bell bottom pants with the jacket,
Hmm.
and I wouldn't have
Mhm.
made her jacket. Her jacket had the sleeves and it has shoulder pads in it. She didn't need that. Charlotte has very broad shoulders to begin with, and now you just made them even bigger. And I was like, "What is going on?" I'm like, "No, no, oh baby, that's not what you do. You don't make her look even like." And I don't mind an androgynous look because
Mhm.
Shayna and Sonya do it very well, but
Hmm.
their clothes are tapered to fit them. It fits. They don't look like they've got extra room. You can tell their jackets fit, the vest fit, the pants are tailored to fit.
Hmm.
That's what I'm talking about. If you're going to do it, and you're going to live in between and wear your heels with that kind of stuff, fine, but you have to do it right so that it fits your body shape, because it just accentuates where she lacks.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to be mean, I'm just telling you the truth. Because if my big ass went out in a goddamn one piece suit and it was white, y'all be calling me all types of eggs and everything else. Now, shit, I just called it like I see it. So don't be
I
coming at
know.
me strong.
Charlotte always kind of
Mhm.
does this because this isn't the first time she's worn a suit like that, where it's like a blazer and then like some really, really like wide shorts,
Yeah.
and it always just looks so wrong. I'm like, girl, this doesn't
Period.
flatter
Tears.
you at all. Like, we all know you don't got no ass. Like, we've seen you wear them pink jeans that one time you went back down to NXT. We know. So why you do this? Like,
I don't know. I love Charlotte though. I do like her. I just wanted.
yeah.
I
Her
don't
gear was
know.
fire though. I
But when
loved
King
her
Troy
gear.
dresses her, she looked nice. She was on King Troy. I don't know if King Troy put her in that suit she had on today. I don't know if he did that, and he probably mad at me because of what I said. But I didn't mean nothing by it. But anyway,
You're gonna get a
I'm
DM
just
from King
saying,
Troy, be
like,
like, "What you say about
I'd be
my
like,
suit?"
Troy, I know you know your job. I'm not trying to tell you how to do your job, baby. But that wasn't it for her. And it's not because of the suit. The suit was cute,
Mhm.
but it
Just
probably
not
would
on
look
her.
better on Naomi without them shoulder pads in it. And that's because Naomi would have filled it out. She don't fill it out. So you should have had her tailor them pants. If you gonna wear the shorts, then tailor the shorts. And then the week before, she had on her baby sister's onesie, it looked like. And I was like, oh, okay. It's cute, but
Mhm.
it didn't help. And I was like, oh, I've been messy. I haven't been messy.
But no,
What?
I loved Charlotte's gear because I like. I've been getting mad at her gear because her gear's been a little too plain for my type for my taste. Since she
Yeah,
came
I liked
back,
her gear. I thought the black gear was fire. I thought
yeah,
her
and it was
robe was
nice and it
fire.
was
Mhm.
stoned out and it looked so pretty and elegant
I
and with the
like it.
crown.
Oh, happy birthday, Enrique.
I like the fact that the back of her robe says Queen instead of Flair.
I
Mm-hmm.
like the robe. I thought it was hardcore. That shit fucking
Mm-hmm.
robe was
I
dope.
love the robe. I love it.
It
I saw
looks
her
so
come out in that.
beautiful.
I was like, oh my
That
goodness. I said, you better
high,
go
high
on.
collar, I saw that and I was like, okay. I love the cut. It
My
looked
thing
very
said his
like
mama can do her dress. Do his dress.
it looked
He can
very
go pay
like
somebody to do it. Shoot.
whatchamacallit. I'm trying to find the word. Like Red Queen esque. Like chess piece
Yes,
almost.
it
Mhm.
is. It's very much
Mhm.
Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah.
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 That's what
That's
I
what
was
I thought
calling it.
of. That's what
Like
I thought of immediately. I was like, she
That's
better
what I
do
and I
it.
was like, she got the black on. She went full on dark with them. I said, go ahead, Charlotte. He was like, you
mm-hmm.
want me to be a villain?
And
I'll be a villain, bitch.
yeah, not gonna lie, I love the straightened hair. The straightened hair looks so good
Uh huh.
right now.
I was watching one of the podcasts
Oh.
with Chelsea Green, and she was saying she was supposed to debut as a faction with Vanessa and Santana on SD, but it didn't happen. So Chelsea Green's interview, I want to say it was with Ryan. Was it with Sap from Fightful?
I
He
think so.
basically, she was just telling about her experience. She said she don't have no ill will towards WWE, but she also was saying how she talked to Vince and she went and talked to him and she was trying to get in a meeting with him for 3 weeks straight. She finally got one. They sat down, they went over 15 different characters, which ones they thought would work, which ones they booted out. And then it came down to an agreement of which characters work and why they would work. And he had her pitch every one of them. Next week she was debuting and she was going to be on the Survivor Series team if she hadn't have broke her wrist. So when me and Janae were talking, we came to the conclusion that something is not right. It doesn't make
Mhm.
sense that she would have a whole ass meeting with Vince McMahon. Then a week later, she's put on TV over
Mhm.
all the other girls in the back, mind you. Okay.
Yep.
And
Mm-hmm.
this is just cold. I had a meeting with you. Cool. I like her. Boom. On TV. Right. And then
Mhm.
6 months later, she's fired. Something's happening here. So
Mhm.
Yep.
either Vince McMahon is not aware or doesn't remember who he talks to, which I find that very hard to believe,
Yeah.
or Bruce Pritchard and Kevin Dunn are out here structuring the show the way they want to, and they're making sure people they want to stay are there, and the people they
Mhm.
want to get out, they get out. Because Billy
Mhm.
Kay was somebody that I thought was definitely not going to get fired, and Kevin Dunn didn't recognize or care what she brought to the table.
Mm-hmm.
So he didn't
Mhm.
understand her, so he got rid of her.
Yeah. He said her career
Yeah.
had a ceiling.
Yeah. The
So
thing
I
that
was like,
always
yeah, see, everybody likes to blame Vince McMahon for everything, but I'm starting to
exactly.
believe because his thing is a lot about loyalty.
Uh huh.
As long as you are undyingly loyal, because Dunn and Pritchard have been in Vince's back. They've been there. He's been in there. They've been in his circle for years. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So it makes sense to me that he would listen to them and their opinions would hold weight. That to me
Mhm.
means that they're very much influential when it comes to who stays and who goes, who gets pushed and who doesn't.
Mhm.
I think it's more those two guys structuring what they want with the shows and Vince McMahon just going along with it
I've been
because
saying this
it's
for the last
something is wrong here.
because I've been thinking for like the last couple of years. Because every time it's like the releases of multiple people are like, oh, here Vince go, here Vince go. I'm like, Vince ain't got time to be going through all of this. This man is 70 plus. He's running a multi-billion-dollar business. There's more people than just him back there. I refuse to believe that it's just Vince. I said it has to be more than that. Then you hear Superstar talking about how they're so cool with Vince, and I like thank you, Vince. And I'm like, wait a minute. If he's the one that fired you and he don't like you no more, why would you be thanking? I just put it together. I'm like, it can't be just Vince. Because
It's
I
got
remember,
it's I'm telling you, I know that he's a part of it. I'm not
yeah, he's a
absolving
part
him
of
of a
it.
lot of things, but I'm telling you it's Pritchard and Dunn. I know
Uh-huh.
it's them.
Look here, I have not liked Bruce Pritchard since the way Raw has been going, and that's because I'm a Raw girl. I absolutely love Raw, so to see how it is, it breaks my heart. I'm very upset about it. But then as time goes,
Girl, what about when before he was on there running it?
yes, but see, it was messed up. But there was some parts where they were trying to get it together, but it wasn't
No, they
pushing.
didn't.
No, that shit been on the off the rails since like 2018.
It's been all over the
Mm-mm.
place, but it's had its good moments here and there.
It had good
Content.
moments. It had good moments now
No,
It
it
do.
for
don't.
5 minutes.
Yes, it do. Yes, it do. The suspension is a part of a storyline.
Hmm.
It is. That's why she attacked the ref.
Hi guys.
Hello.
Hi.
Mm-mm.
Hi, Tina.
Hey, Tirza.
I've been
How you
sitting here
doing?
waiting. I'm just waiting. I'm just listening. Mm, I'm just listening to everyone.
Mhm.
Just listening, just listening. Yeah, but just like speaking on the whole, like the the um the people getting fired and released. I went on like a semi Twitter rant because somebody or like a couple people was blaming Bad Bunny for it, and I was like,
What?
wait a
I
second.
how is
That's
it
dumb as
Bad Bunny
hell.
fault?
Yeah,
It's dumb as
they
hell.
were
Because
blaming
remember
him
the
and they were
budget
just
cuts and
like, oh, like they paid him all this money and just like the comments were just like, first of all, he's not even from this country. And I was like, first of all, he's from Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico is a part of
Yeah,
it's a
it's an
U.S.
American
the
territory.
territory.
US, dummy. I went on
Right.
this whole rant like these I was like these cuts were going to happen whether he was there or not.
They cut
Hmm.
every year. They cut
It
people
was going to
every
happen.
year.
Every
Yeah.
year.
I
I
was like,
think that
really,
a lot of
people?
the
And then
releases.
if
Oh,
you
you go.
ask me, like whatever they paid him, he deserved it.
Hmm.
I agree.
He
Yeah.
put on a great match.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, really, people? So you're gonna blame the Hispanic guy who probably had the top two match of the entire card? That's it. That's what we're doing.
That's
Somebody
what they
who
did.
somebody who don't
Mhm.
even wrestle full time, who gave a decent match, and we're blaming him for for people getting fired. I was like that. I
Cause
was like,
that's how they
I
that's how they
hate
make
people
logic
sometimes.
of it. That's how
Like
they make sense of it.
I'm
Yeah.
just like, and then
Cause
they're like,
yeah.
oh well, AEW is better, and I'm just like, AEW is not the solution.
It's not
AEW
not.
will probably sign these people in in spite of, and then they're gonna sign them and don't use them.
Ooh,
Hmm.
Yeah.
AEW is like an old cat lady, just go around collecting old wrestlers, and collecting cats.
hell no. She said it's a cat lady, Jesus.
I'm
Just
just like,
collecting them.
really though,
I
like.
think yeah. With these releases, I think because we've known for a while now that like the main issue with WWE is that, especially with creative, is that there's too many cooks in the kitchen. So like there's
I
too much input being like going around, and I think knowing what we know about Pritchard and Dunn, I think this is the case where it's just like too many people's opinions are being heard, and like that's why these people were released, because it's like they felt that they didn't have a future, or like that they didn't have any promise or the star power, and because of their influence, their opinions were valued over others, and that's why a lot of these people were let go. So I
Yeah,
think it's just a case of too much input being given and not enough probable reason.
Or because it's just
um
input from the wrong people.
it's the
That too.
input from the wrong people.
Hmm.
Like they have producers backstage, producers for matches and certain storylines that they work through and then done. And Pritchard are like the last line of defense before it gets to Vince. So the creative team is pulling up and making sure they have everything worked out in terms of the story. The matches are
there's
produced, and then they set everything up, and then they go to Vince. And Vince might say, "Oh, we need to change this. We got to change that." From my understanding, they were on. He came to the show late today. Vince did, and I don't know how true it is, but many of the outlets that I read were reporting it, and they're actually credible. So they reported it as he showed up to the show late today.
Oh
and he
shit.
changed everything, which thank God he did because this show was actually pretty decent. So
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
mean, he showed up and changed everything around. So Randy was supposed to go up against Strowman, but he switched Strowman put Strowman with Drew McIntyre and gave Randy and Riddle their time. Which I was like,
Oh, that's
I don't
right.
I don't have an
I
issue
didn't
with
even
that. It
notice
worked.
Oh,
that.
nice.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay. And then
I didn't
they
even realize that. Oh, I wasn't
I
paying
thought that
attention.
was dope. I'm like, you know what? It may not be the greatest, but like I told Janae and Alexis a couple of days ago, I was like, changes with companies who are used to doing things one way are going to take time. This is
Yeah.
going to be a
Mhm.
slow change. It's going to be see it start slowly happening on Monday Night Raw. And I think too, when
Shit, I'm gonna put
people
this in
are
the
transitioning into being in the back and working in the back and helping to make things better, when people who are have more input, like from my understanding, the rumors that have been going around, it's Edge who's backstage for Raw. So if he's backstage, he has a bigger input and he has a lot more influence backstage than say he would be able to override something that Pritchard or Dunn would say. He could have more influence. So
Yeah.
you could start to see
Mhm.
things slowly change. I'm hoping that that's the case because Raws was unwatchable for a couple of weeks because
Mm-hmm.
it kept running back the same stuff over and over again, which to their credit, yeah, it was easy, but you had people in the back you could have just had matches with. And you still have people back there. I'm glad Umberto came out there
Me
today.
too.
Mhm.
He
His
Maybe
was
they'll have
fine.
dimples. Oh my god, he's so
he
cute.
is, he's so cute.
Oh my, I was like,
I
oh
was like, maybe they'll have
my
Umberto go up against Sheamus and have him have a little rivalry. Even if he
Mhm.
doesn't
god.
win,
Win. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
he
Yeah.
It'll
still
still be
had
Yeah.
His
nice.
TV
dimples are
time.
so
Tim Burton can go to
cute.
hell.
Oh,
Oh
you ain't
shit.
shit.
Ooh.
Jesus, he got a whole wife, six
It's
Oh,
not
successors.
too bad because
God
he got a wife.
damn.
so do
Not
Angel
too bad because he
Bertha and
got a
the men.
wife.
I'm thinking it's something else. And he thinks he's
Right?
married.
No,
I'm thinking Humberto said
he
something.
got a
I'm like,
whole
what
Me
wife.
too.
Humberto
I'm like, what
do?
the fuck?
He
He
did
mad
say
because he
something.
got a wife?
He said couple goals. That's what he said. I said, boy, go to hell.
Oh,
God damn it.
Couple goals.
He
Kiss my
said,
I
"Screw
ass.
cannot.
you
Dang.
and your wife."
Real talk, I actually like Miz outside of his character. I think he's funny. And him and his wife are really cute together and they have some beautiful girls. Their whole
Mhm.
family is hilarious. I like Miz and Mrs. I like that show.
I used to watch that. That's what I've been missing.
Hush. And I was like, ooh, her shoes is cute.
Right? See? Told you,
Mhm.
Jared. I fucking
Her shoes
told
be kill. I wanted to fight
I was
that bitch
like,
because she be
ooh,
dressing so
Maurice, your
good.
shoes I want.
you.
I want them so bad.
She
Take
gonna
what? We can't
dress.
get remember there was a time where the tag team champions were barely shown. Bitch, you ain't lying. There was a time when there wasn't no TV. They ain't on TV now. Omos
Yeah.
and fucking AJ Styles ain't been on TV in almost 2 weeks.
You,
So
I forgot they
just
was
Cena.
there.
oh yeah, that's right. And then the champion.
They the champions.
Where are they?
At home.
Oh my god.
Omos
The way
probably got
I
to rest them
completely
knees, honey.
forgot
That
that
was
they
a lot of
won.
work. That was a lot of work, honey. He was on TV and he had to do a lot of slams and all kind of shit. So he got to rest,
Yikes.
honey.
It was
Oh
a whole
boy.
year before he actually started doing some work again.
So a
With it.
sidebar.
Where the fuck is my remote?
My nephew, he was here this weekend, and so he didn't get a chance to see WrestleMania, so he watched it,
Oh, okay.
and he's 7 years old, and
Aw.
he's so he it got to Sasha and Bianca's match, right? And
Mhm.
he goes, Bianca Belair, wow. And I'm like, what do you like about her? And he said, she's beautiful.
She is.
Oh.
And then he said, she calls herself the EST. And I said, yeah. And he said, well, she is the EST because she is the beautifulest. I was like,
Aw.
Aww.
Maybe children
I
aren't
was
bad.
like, my
Oh
baby.
God. He said maybe children aren't bad.
He said,
No,
wow,
it'd be some
she's
kids.
beautiful. It
Cause
Let's
my
was
go,
cousin,
Ned.
so
Let's see it.
cute. He
touch
was
right
I
like,
just
here,
hope
man.
they bring way
wow.
more women on the main roster because we see the same matches every week. Well, right now
Well, they're starting
they
to switch
got
it up a little
they
bit.
got Rhea, Asuka, and Charlotte entangled. It's a steady storyline. Then you
Yeah.
got Mandy and Dana going up against Shayna and Nia. I mean Shayna and Nia. So here's the
Hmm.
thing. This is a perfect way for me to lead to my next topic of conversation. I promised Don that we would talk about it, and here we go. So
All right.
y'all
Oh,
always ask for the same things over and
this
over
is
again, right?
facts.
You want
Mm-hmm.
new champions, you want new people, you want
Oh, I
Hmm.
people
saw
to go
that.
up against the champions, you want new stuff.
Hmm.
But when you get it, I don't think you appreciate it.
They
You
Nope.
don't.
know, the thing about Drew is true. People was upset that Drew McIntyre was being a biggity bitch for like a year. He was Corbin's minion, teaming up with Bobby Lashley for months
And
and
Hmm.
wasn't
Shane
getting
too.
nowhere. People was
Yeah.
upset. I was upset. Drew McIntyre got to be champion. Not even 2 months into Drew's title reign, and this wasn't Don or anybody else. It was some other people.
Hmm.
Oh, Drew need to drop it. I'm sick of Drew. This is boring. I'm tired of that. I'm like, wait, he just got the bitch.
Yeah.
Hmm.
He can't keep it for
Wrestling
a little
fans are
bit.
fickle people. Wrestling fans are fickle. They
Hmm.
go
Then
behind
let's
one
go
thing
to
and then they're
Roman.
on to the next thing. And I'm just like, just enjoy this shit. God damn. Like,
Let's go to Roman though.
shit.
Y'all was shitting on Roman for a long motherfucking time.
Not I.
Hmm.
Okay?
Except
For
for
a long
Tinder.
time.
Not
You
I.
begged and pleaded. You begged and
Never in
pleaded
life.
for Roman to
Not me.
leave. He finally get to be a heel.
Shit. Not I.
And you're mad.
Not me.
Y'all mad. Y'all still mad. Roman is a heel. Oh, I don't like Roman. Oh, I don't want to see him.
I
I'm
will
sick
take
of
him in
him.
any capacity.
I
I
said,
don't give a
okay,
fuck.
baby.
Don't count. We know what you
And we
said
know
in this
this.
argument.
Period. She knows she don't count.
I love you, but you don't count right now.
she
I'm
knows
not,
she don't count.
I'm making it clear.
She
She was
know
like,
that.
y'all. I'm like, not I.
She know that.
Not me.
Then you get the Sasha and Bianca.
Hmm.
What? Oh, these mine. These came in the mail today?
Ow.
Okay. I was trying to figure out what the hell this was when I got Anyway, you get the Sasha and Bianca. They the main
Hmm.
event. Y'all was on Twitter
Uh-huh.
campaigning for months.
Yep.
For
Months
them
for
to be
them
the main
women to be
event.
main events.
Yep.
Hmm.
They got it. And what y'all do?
Complained.
It
I
Why
wasn't
Jim
as
didn't.
good
Cornette?
as it could have
His punk
been.
ass.
Sasha should have won. I don't understand.
Well, Oscar should have won, but that's
Mm.
another conversation.
You
But
asked for new stars.
yep.
I want new people. Rhea Ripley's champion.
Hmm.
Huh? Bobby Lashley's champion. Sheamus is champion.
Hmm.
AJ
And these are
Styles and
new
Omar
people.
are champion.
Oh.
Bianca's champion.
Hmm.
Apollo Cruz is champion. Okay?
Hmm.
Y'all asked for new people. You got new people. And it's still not
Woo.
enough. What's up?
Girl, who's backing up?
No,
That sound like a
What
microwave.
is that?
that's the
That a
alarm. My
microwave?
sister just turned the alarm on.
Oh.
Oh.
Who's backing up?
I'm like, it sounds like a car. Like, when they back up, like a big truck or something.
Oh,
I'm
what the
just
Oh
saying.
yeah.
what the fuck? Why is it two of these? Oh man.
Hey, hold on, guys. Give me a sec.
I know I was. Maybe it's because I just don't like him. We talking about Drew. A lot of y'all don't like Drew. I don't know why.
Not me.
Mm.
Again.
I like Drew
I love
McIntyre.
Drew. The
I do
only
too.
person that's currently champion that I got to complain about is Bobby Lashley, and I feel like that shouldn't count as complaining because it's Bobby Lashley.
It count.
It counts.
Oh,
Cheers.
So
If
then
you
that
got
would be my
signed to the
one complaint.
WWE, what would be your dream storyline?
oh shit.
That is a loaded question.
Hmm.
Oh no.
Oh.
Hold on.
Oh
Keep
me.
thinking about
Okay.
that.
Yeah, Tears, that's you,
If you
baby.
got
That ain't
signed to
me.
the WWE, then what would be your oh I have a few.
Oh, jeez.
I have a few. I would love to and I and I told her this like to her face. I would love to wrestle Naomi. That's a given.
Of
Um,
course.
I feel like we are similar in body. and Styles. So her. I would love to be it'll probably never happen. It's just in my mind, of course. And some sort of a storyline with Roman. I don't know how. I mean,
Tina, how would you do that
I
and still keep your cool? Like,
She
it
wants
just
to do a
mean,
wasn't.
wedding angle with
She
Roman
wouldn't.
Reigns.
when it comes to work, I'm super professional, like super. So like
I don't think I can do that.
all of that goes
Mm-mm.
out the window.
I can't do that.
Even
I
like with
probably
my
lose that
boyfriend, like
job.
when he and I work together, it's work. But I don't know how the type of storyline because the current like Roman, I'm just like he's not into some girl right now. He'd probably be like, get the fuck out of my face. But I don't know, like maybe some sort of a valeting thing, some sort of way. I don't know.
Oh, that'd be dope. I want to see.
Um,
I would have preferred he had a female ballet than roly poly.
yeah. I mean, because I can be like I can do that. I can be like his mouthpiece in many ways. I should
Yeah,
say
but
that out loud.
he can't talk to
But
you. No,
Mouthpiece
because he
in
can't
many
talk to
ways, she
Tirza like how he talked
says.
to Paul Heyman.
oh no,
What's
oh
up?
no,
Mouthpiece in many
She's my
ways.
In their
talking.
ways.
That's
In many ways.
in many ways.
Girl,
Um,
see, that's why I said she can't do that. You can't do that. I'm just saying he can't talk to her the way he talked to Paul Heyman. He can't do that because
oh
I
no,
be
no,
talking to the TV. I'm like, hold the fuck up, Roman. Okay,
no.
you're not gonna talk to my girl like that.
I would also like to wrestle a ton of people. Ronda's one.
Keep that.
Um,
Oh,
She is not gonna beat my ass.
but that's the point of it, though.
Nope.
Like
I
That's
would
one
want to
ass
wrestle
whooping
that's
I'm
the
not
point of
winning.
it.
Taya
Someone gotta
Valkyrie.
take the L. Like
I'm not
somebody
winning
has
for that.
to.
he said,
So
I'm not willing to take that L. I'm not willing.
I would. It's Ronda's. I'd be like, girl, yeah,
I'm
girl,
like,
put me
thank
in
you
this
so
armbar.
much.
Good.
Just don't break my arm. I gotta use it after this is
Um,
over. You can't pull my arm.
Yeah, no.
Just pull it
um,
lightly. Make it look good. And I
See,
scream and everything. Just
it's a
I
don't
would
don't
want
couple
to
put the
wrestle
whole
things.
Ronda
hold on
It's
me.
a
too.
couple things that I would dream of doing, but you know,
Would you ever want to wrestle Melina?
um, I would in her prime.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
Like now, no,
Ooh,
no, no. That's no shade to her. Wait a minute.
She
That's
can't
no
move like
shade
she
to
used
her.
to.
That's no
It's
shade
not
to her at
shade.
all. No, no, no. But like back in the day, hell yeah. Same with Best Phoenix.
Yeah, I would
oh
want to wrestle
yeah.
Taya Valkyrie if she ever were to leave WWE again and like would do like intergender wrestling. I would want to wrestle her. She
I wish
looks like a fun
WWE they
match.
would do like more of that.
More intergender
Yeah,
matches.
like in some way. Like
And make it a good story.
if it made
Yeah.
sense. Yeah.
Well,
Like if it made sense.
Cause I
I
want to do
mean,
one, and I want to be the women's champion.
oh God, we thank you.
That's gonna piss a lot of people off. They're like, he's not even a woman. How does he even qualify? Because I won
And
a
you know what
match.
Don gonna be like? Cause I'm that bitch. That's why.
It's like, because I won the match that qualifies for it. So
Just ignorant.
yes,
Yeah.
I am
If it
your
made
Raw Women's
sense, I wouldn't
champion.
mind. Like if it made sense,
People complain
Yeah.
when that is.
I don't mind
Yeah.
like a man
Excuse me.
being a
Because I'm
women's
trying to
champion.
Complain
think.
when Natty and Tamina won night one.
People who
I mean,
want
I
to
could
look ugly in red.
understand it, but at the same time,
But,
that was Tamina's only WrestleMania win.
yeah.
Mhm.
You really sit back and think about it. She was owed that.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mhm.
they should have gave her the titles that next night. They
Yep.
should have
Mhm.
given it to her. Because she earned it. She's owed that.
I was so ready for it to be a Tamania weekend, like truly
Mhm.
be a Tamania
And
weekend.
they just ruined it. They
Yeah.
just ruined it.
The way that fucked
And I
up my
don't know
whole
why
movie.
though, but why?
I don't understand it either. Because I'm like,
I don't get it.
Y'all could, if y'all was gonna give Mandy and Dana the titles, then bitch, y'all could have
You
let
should
them
have just
go
gave
over
it
at
to him.
Mania.
Yep.
It don't
Yep.
make
Had
no
Mandy with her
sense.
damn rotisserie chicken looking legs.
Oh Jesus
Stop it.
Christ!
Stop it. You saw
What
this.
happened? What kind of tanner did she put on today? It was
I
black.
don't
I don't
know,
know.
but I saw
She
it and I
was
was
real
like,
golden brown.
her legs look like rotisserie chicken.
She was
Those
real
some good
golden
looking
brown. I
legs.
said,
Then you
okay,
like rotisserie
D'Angelo.
chicken.
I'm
Okay.
expecting them to start flaking and just.
Oh, she was golden brown. I said,
She looked
girl.
darker
Girl.
than me. I was like, what the
Yep.
Yes.
girl?
I said, ooh, you almost blackfacing me. You got the
I'm like,
blackfish us, baby? What's going
she's been
on?
hanging around Carmella too much. They're the blackfishing queens now.
Oh,
Ooh, Jesus, the
I
effects.
think
I
my
didn't say
color. I
that.
think she was just trying to match her hair color. Cause
Oh,
no,
when
but
she
the thing
dropped
is,
it, she was
the
good.
tights are
Mhm.
supposed to match your skin color.
but they
Yeah,
never
So,
do.
like, if you tan, that's one thing. But
excuse me. Yeah,
nobody gives that like
Mhm.
what?
Dana's
Yeah.
tights don't never match her skin color.
No, they're
They
always too
never do.
light. They're
They are
always too
always
light.
too
Carmella
dark, and
either.
she is light. And I'm
See,
just like, if y'all not gonna tangent, just buy the sheer tights
yep.
No,
and
but they
wear
have
This
those.
is what they teach you
but they have
in musical
tights.
theater. They teach me this in musical theater. They said if you have tights, they say find your skin color and then go like 2 to 3 shades darker because when you're under all the lights, you're gonna get washed. They're gonna like your legs are gonna get washed out. So always make sure that your tights are a little bit darker, so that way when
Yeah,
you
but
have the
her
makeup and
tights
all
are
that, you don't get
like you've been
washed
in the
out.
sun for 3 days dark.
she was like, "Can I see your tights, Naomi?"
No. Carmella always has like them orange tights. Her tights always look
Yes,
kind
She's
of
already
She
orange.
coming
always
for
orange.
Bianca
she
on
is
some
always on.
account talking about her celebration was cringe. I said she can get a chance to. Can she get a chance to just become champ? She just became champ. Then they start bringing up Sasha.
They gonna do that. That's part of being
I
champion.
wouldn't care. I tell them go back and watch WrestleMania. That's why she.
The
That's why
thing
she's
is,
champion.
on Twitter, it's like I feel like on Twitter is more of a hate thing than on like Instagram because like the comments that I saw from these like middle of the country rednecky
Mm-hmm.
people who were so upset that two black girls were I was like, well,
They
that's too
mad.
goddamn bad.
Period.
What's too damn
That's too
bad?
bad. Y'all
Well,
got to live with it.
It's
okay
Too
too
then. If
bad
bad.
I
you
was
missed
a
Western
manager,
folks. Go ahead and
which
have sex with
women
your
on
cousins.
Raw or SD would you love to manage? Um, if I could manage somebody, I would like to manage Tamina, and I wouldn't take no
Mhm.
for an answer with Tamina.
Mm-hmm.
Um, if I could manage somebody on Raw, see, I feel like Naomi likes being the glow queen,
Mhm.
and
She
she's
does.
nice, and her
Tread
character
lightly.
is real nice.
Mm.
But she need a little edge. I could do
Mhm.
that. I could do that. I could be that.
Mhm.
Cause see, Naomi not gonna say it, cause she not a heel just yet. But bitch, I said, like, look, get your ass out the way so she can go ahead and do what she gotta do. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Move. Thank you.
You'll
Front
split
of the
up her and
line.
Lana for her. Be like, girl, drop this dead weight.
I'm
She ain't
like,
doing
Lana,
nothing for
listen,
you.
listen. When you go out there to do the little dance with Naomi, your legs is a
Mhm.
little stiff, baby. It's a little ballerina-ish. You gotta be a little bit
Mhm.
more hood. She did drop when she did a little twerk thing today. She dropped real low. I said, okay, Lana. She's like, I know how to get there a little bit. Then she went right back to the toe. She pointed. I said, okay.
I mean, you can't fault her for having technique now. Like,
I ain't falling her for
I
having
would rather her
technique.
have technique and like than it be like her trying to dance and like it's forced. You
I'm
know,
not faulting her for
because
having
she's a
technique.
ballerina. Like she can't help it.
I just want you to have a little bit more how can I put it? I need you to have a little bit more stank on it.
Like I'm a ballerina, and it's been years since I put on a pair of shoes. But like
Mm.
I'm still that girl. Like I find myself walking and turned out. I'm standing in like it's it's a thing.
Yeah.
It's a part of me. You know.
Should be pointing them towels.
So no, it was so funny
The
because
toes and she high.
my man and I were like were doing it. And he was like, "Did your feet pointed?" I was like, "Yeah."
Jesus Christ.
I'm like, "Are they really?"
I don't think
Is your
Kevin was
feet
right
we
for her
both
pointed?
feet.
laughed. And we both laughed. I'm like, "I'm sorry." He's like, "No, it's okay."
Right in the middle. Just,
I was like, "Oh my
God, your
god."
feet
I was
pointed.
like, "Yes,
That
I'm
was
a
me all
dancer. I can't help
weekend,
it."
girl. I was high all fucking weekend.
I'm scared for who? What?
Nicole said she
Wait,
was
go back.
high.
No.
Oh.
Oh.
I don't think he
Oh.
would. No shade to Tirza. Just saying.
I'm scared.
Respect for his wife. I don't think he would.
No, he would never do that though.
He wouldn't do that.
He would never be in like a storyline that like involves a love interest.
If you
And I
guys want a
think
mixed tag team match,
he would probably feel like that's kind of beneath him.
yeah, because he don't want his character to go that route,
Yeah.
and that's fine.
No.
Who would you have as your partner if you wanted? If
Shayna.
you were to have a mixed tag team match?
I'd go
Drew
with Shayna.
McIntyre.
Roman.
Yeah.
Duh. I mean,
I would
Right.
go
She
with
was real quick with it. You be sitting up there dreaming about Drew.
No, I know.
Be dreaming
I
about that
would pick
Spanish
Drew.
accent and all that hurt. Who you
Mhm.
nasty?
I would pick Drew because Drew
You
is
nasty
very
as
quick
fuck,
on
sis.
his feet, and he can hit that claymore out of nowhere. So I can
I
just
Mhm.
provide a
believe you. I
distraction,
believe you. Like
and
quick
just
on his feet for other reasons.
She just
he
wanted to
is
get under
cute
his
though.
skirt.
I think you just, you in
Bro, this is
love.
dirt.
He
You
is
in
no.
cute
love with
though. He
all
is
But
that
cute.
anyways,
with
if
her.
I couldn't have Drew, I would do Kevin Owens because I just like the way
Really?
Kevin Owens fights.
I love Kevin Owens.
I
Like
like
I love
Kevin.
the fact
Really?
that he would just go out there and just like punch somebody in the face and just keep going. I
See, if
just
I
like
Okay.
was
it.
a do dirty type of bitch, I'd pick Finn Balor and then stealing from his wife.
Wait a minute.
Back then, if I was a do dirty bitch, but I ain't like that. You got to listen to what I said.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I
I
would go
did
with
make it
Shayna
clear.
just to learn from her because I like her style and I would want to learn from her,
I
like
pick
how to do
Aleister
all her
Black
moves.
as my partner.
Y'all picking all these good people. I want somebody that's sneaky. Give me
Randy
Maurice.
Orton.
The Miz.
Miss
Yes.
Bella.
Period.
Give me somebody that's cheating. Put in half the work to get the win. Amen.
That's terrible.
Ooh, we are winners. Yes, we are.
He's being a successful business person. How do
Ew.
I
Don't
double my
nobody want to
profit?
team with the Miz.
How do I double my
He look like a
profit while
piranha.
doing half the
Phoenix
work?
Penny said he looked like a piranha, and she's right. He does.
Who?
Penny said he looked like a piranha.
Who the hell? We're not listening to Kenny.
He is mad, baby.
It should have worn my
What
pants.
the hell is
Yeah,
this?
have y'all seen the Shang-Chi trailer? That new movie for the Shang-Chi movie and it can
Is this
I
the
haven't
first season?
seen it yet.
Oh,
oh
this
my
is the
god, I
first
cannot
season of
wait.
Sex in the City. I'm like, what the hell is this? What the fuck is this?
Okay, but back
Season one,
to
episode one.
And
That's
Melanin
right.
Mandy tried it. I can't.
Melon Mandy.
Melanin Mandy.
But back
What
to
is with Dana's kick pads? They never go up to her knees. Some kick pads don't go up to your knees.
Kick pads don't go up
They're
to your
not
knees,
supposed
period.
to.
Yeah, kick pads are supposed
They
to go
It's to
under
have
the
your
knee
shin.
pads
shins.
and then they have kick pads. And then
Yeah,
It's to
they're
the
it's
shins.
just that
kickbacks are
so
Dana
for your
doesn't
sometimes
have
they're
any
the
knee
same
pads.
color. So it looks like it goes up to their knees, but they're knee pads and then they have the kick pads. The kick
Yeah,
Dana
pads
issue
are
that she don't wear
It's to
knee
the shin.
pads.
yeah. Dana just go out there with her bare knees out there.
well, she don't wear no knee pads. That's on
What are
Dana.
you
Ain't
talking
got nothing to
about?
do with
Dana not wearing knee pads. It always
that.
pisses me off every time she comes out there. I'm like, girl, I don't want to see your tights scrunching around your kick pads.
Ring of Honor finna be on Hulu.
Who?
Nice. I might have to watch Ring of Honor.
What?
Oh,
They said we ain't going down without a fight.
I didn't fucking even. Is it gonna be new stuff or is it old stuff?
it's probably new.
That new.
Holy shit.
Okay,
But
Ring of Honor.
Okay, y'all need to
Hey,
sign
Nicole.
Joe then if that's where y'all going.
Did anybody
okay.
watch
They have that
Shang-Chi
budget.
trailer.
Yes, the
Nope.
The
Shang-Chi
what?
trailer is fire. Oh my god.
The what?
I haven't seen it
The-
yet.
There's a movie called Shang-Chi coming out
Uh,
in the Ten Rings.
I don't know
It's
what that is.
It's
fucking
It's
dope.
Marvel.
yes,
Oh,
Marvel.
well, yeah, that ain't my shush.
It just looks like a old martial arts movie,
Oh yeah,
like some
no,
Bruce Lee stuff.
yeah, no. It's a no for me.
Oh, I
You
love
know,
Bruce Lee though.
I love those movies like that.
He's my favorite. Oh my gosh.
but
Jay
I
I want
Lethal's
saw
to
still
go.
there?
who gonna
Oh.
sign Jay Lethal.
No, Jay Lethal's still in Ring of Honor. He's still there.
Yeah,
Anybody see
yeah.
the
So
Stone Cold thing
it's
last
like
night?
Moose. No, I didn't watch it.
Didn't.
I heard it was
Oh,
good.
it was so good.
I ain't watching none of them.
It was last night.
I didn't get. I forgot it came
I did
on.
too.
It
Did it
was really
record?
good. And then they have a show that comes on after it called WWE Treasures, where they try and find things that like they want back in the warehouse. So
Yeah.
like last night they had like Mick Foley and he was trying to find the like original Cactus Jack flannel, the the original Sacco. And like there are collectors who like have homes full of like old WWE stuff. And this one guy had the flannel and he was just like, hey, like I really don't get a part of this. So they were trying to bargain with him and and they were like, we'll give you $7,500 and he was like, no, I can't. I was like, oh my
Ooh.
god. And he was like, I'll take the 7,500 only if I can go to the warehouse and take something. And I was like,
Ooh,
oh. So Mick called Triple H on FaceTime, and Triple H said no at first. And then Mick Foley's like, hey, like you know, like our history though, man, right? Like, and he was like, all right, tell him yes. So
What did he take?
so they go to the warehouse and it's all the stuff in there. And he was like, I see something I want. And it was it was the 2x4 wrapped in barbed wire when he fought Triple H the first time.
No fucking way.
And that's what he
wow.
wanted. So he got $7,500 and that in 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 exchange for the flannel. And I was like, oh my
That shit
God.
better than a flannel.
I
You
was
ain't
like,
lying.
wow.
Ain't he
No,
got money for it?
but the guy, he was like a huge Mick fan. And he had like everything of his, like everything. And then
Damn.
like another guy had the Sacco, the like original Sacco. And they
Where
were
did they
bargaining
get
for it.
this from?
They got it from like an auction or like, yeah. And I was like, yo, this is crazy. I'm like, this is crazy. And the guy, he calls himself GWC. And he has so many like I was like, damn, he has everything. And he was like, I'll give you the Sacco. Only only if you say like hi to my kids. And he's like, okay. And so like they do that and they're sitting there talking and he gives him the Sacco. I was like, wow. I was like, that's crazy.
That was a lot cheaper than fucking flannel.
I was like,
Yep.
wow. But yeah, like I think next week is gonna be I think Kane, and then I think after that it's like Booker T. Who else? I think it's the Undertaker, and it's somebody else. And
They
I was
can
like,
keep whatever they
wow.
got of Booker T.
Yep.
Yeah, no type
Yeah,
shit. I don't
but
want that.
WWE they like want it back for the warehouse, and I'm like, why don't they just turn that into like a museum or something?
You know how long I've been fucking saying that?
Hmm.
because they have I mean everything. I was like, whoa, like everything. Like,
Ever
damn.
since I saw that one behind the scenes and that short ass show that Mick and Noel did,
Hmm.
and they went to the warehouse so they could look at, it was the anniversary of that um Hell in a Cell match or whatever that was. And even like seeing it in there, like in pieces, this is crazy. And I was
Yeah,
like, this place is crazy.
yeah. It's like it's huge. I was like, all this stuff. I was like, damn. They have like rooms and rooms and rooms and rooms like full of stuff. Like one room had like Andre the Giant's like boots in there, and I was like, oh my god, like
Oh, they love
like
fucking Andre the Giant's
like
boots.
all this stuff, and I'm just like,
That's
they should
crazy.
turn it into like a museum
Hell, they wouldn't have to
because like
fire so many people
they would make
once a
money
year.
off that.
Ooh,
Yep.
Jesus.
They would make money. Like you paid like a certain amount and take a tour, like they make
Hashtag
money
save
off
our
that.
stars.
Oh my God. Stop.
Save our stars.
She is
But it
shit,
was good
y'all.
though.
But isn't that
It
the
was
issue? They
really
don't think these
good.
people are stars. That's the issue.
I don't
Oh,
know about that. They know Joe was a star.
They knew Joe was
um,
a star. They just pieces of shit.
Yep.
Fucking Kevin Dunn known that guy.
To be honest, I think they let him go because like they were never gonna clear him. It seems,
No, they weren't. But it
and
didn't have anything to do with like physical
it's like
injuries.
just
It was
put him on
concussion stuff.
commentary. It's like he was fine on commentary.
I don't know.
He was fine.
I
how much
don't.
did Corey's ass make? They could have fired him and kept Joe.
I'm
Hmm.
dead ass serious on that one.
Corey is awful.
I don't mind him on commentary though. Like I don't. Like you need a bad
Uh,
guy.
He's nice
Like
to
you
look at.
do.
I'll give him that.
Like you
I
Barely.
liked
need a
his suit he
bad
had
guy
on
on
today.
commentary.
He kind of
So I
stole
don't
Seth's
mind him.
swag and wore the opposite because he had a smoke pattern suit on today, and Seth had on that same suit, but it was in black Friday, and his was white. And I was like, I've seen that somewhere. Now, okay, you done went out and talked to King Troy too. I see.
King Troy
Mm-hmm.
had everybody in the suit. He had Corey in the suit. He
Yep.
had Seth. He had Charlotte. He had Maurice.
I
He
like
said,
Maurice.
"You get a suit, and you get a suit. Everyone gets a suit."
You know what? You look real nice
No, he
wearing
just styling
a
everybody.
As
pantsuit.
long as it look good.
I agree.
I like how you can tell that
Is
he's
someone eating
style.
chips?
Yeah, sorry, that's
Yeah,
me.
Oh,
yeah,
that's Nicole.
Nicole.
Hmm.
She
Nicole
got the
highlight
munchies.
them.
I like how when he styles them, like you could tell that he styled them, but they each look different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And whoever is doing the like makeup in his like photos,
Hmm.
they need to hire her. Like, and then I was like, damn, they look good. I was
I
like,
think he
damn.
uses
Like Charlotte
a
face
black
look
makeup
good.
artist for
I
his
was like,
photos.
yes.
Yeah,
Uh,
because when that girl
But
did Becky's makeup, I said,
they need to
"Holy
hire
shit!"
her
we ain't
because
pay nobody black.
I was like, yes.
Not for no makeup.
They
Oh
need to hire her.
They got fucking Cindy Lou in the back. They said she do an amazing job on this white girl.
no, she don't.
It's somebody there too. I forget her name, but um, yeah, they need her
Who are you talking about?
back
Stella
there.
K?
No, it's some girl who does the makeup for like King Troy stuff. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know who she is, but whoever is doing it,
Excuse me.
Oh God, we thank you.
they need to hire her.
All right.
What
Oh,
chips is
man.
those? Because they sound dumb good.
Um, I'm sorry, I'm really high. This is a Harvest Cheddar. Sun chips.
Her name is
Ooh,
it's actually
sunset.
a guy.
Oh,
It's a
see?
black guy
Duh.
who does
Whoa,
the
Figures.
shit.
makeup. He
I
did
knew it.
Charlotte's makeup for that last photo shoot. His name is
Figures.
Brian Valentine.
Figures.
That's a nice name.
He did
You can
all of their
tell.
makeup.
You can
What?
Mandy's.
tell.
He did the makeup for Barbara. Don always call her by her first name, Kelly Kelly. For
Barbara.
her wedding, he
Barbara.
did her
Hmm.
makeup.
She looks so beautiful for her wedding.
She did. She looked so
Yes,
pretty. I
she
was like,
did though.
oh.
He did
Bless her heart.
Renee's makeup for her photo shoot. Her real name is Barbara. I'm gonna send it to the group chat so y'all can see Renee. Renee
He
looks gorgeous.
said,
I didn't even recognize her.
Oh,
I
did
didn't
you
recognize
She
see
looks
Renee
like
either.
how?
beautiful.
Did you see? I didn't recognize Renee in that either. Did you see like those cute photos that they have in their daughter's room of like paintings of like badass ladies?
Oh,
And then all like different stuff. Like they had like Lucille Ball. They had like Beyonce. It had like literally like
you
anybody
know
and
what?
everybody.
When he does these superstars makeup, he does a really good job on them. Now he's done Alexa Bliss's makeup. He did Kelly Kelly's for her wedding. He's done Charlotte's makeup. He did Natalia's.
Because
He's
he's a
done
gay man,
Sonia's.
and gay men know what they see.
Ooh, he been
He,
doing Kelly's makeup for a minute though.
he know what he doing. It's a gay man.
But these
Period.
girls are
They
not like, you know how some makeup artists got you caked up. These girls look very flawless. It's damn near airbrushed how smooth they look, and it's
it's not
simple
the
makeup.
Photoshop. Yeah.
Right, it's simple makeup and it's subtle eyeshadow. It's not like really heavily painted eyeshadow, really dark eyes. Like no, like their eyes are. It's hard to explain, but you have these girls look beautiful,
Yep.
Hey, don't ask me. I'm gonna say give your ass some lip gloss and say here.
nigga.
This makes it
You
all better.
trash.
Hit this lip
This
gloss.
nigga here.
Well, you not gonna do my face? No, I don't. I think you're fabulous, sweetie. Take this lip gloss and just
This
go on
nigga
back to
saying
bed.
lip
Not
gloss,
lip
Jesus.
gloss.
Take this young lip gloss right
And
quick.
wedding makeup is like it's super hard. It's like it's different.
I'm
Cause
gonna
that
You
send it
stuff
gotta
to you,
use
outlines
Spiritual,
the
so you
whole
can
it's
thing.
see how she looks.
it's really hard.
All these fucking clothes,
I'm
bro.
gonna send you the one for Renee because Renee looked beautiful. I've never Renee's always been pretty, but I've never seen her that
Like
done
glam.
up. Yeah,
Yeah.
He and
No,
I think he did Paige at some point, right?
probably.
I don't remember. It
I
probably
think so.
was,
How the hell?
but when he did Becky's makeup, I was like, okay, yep, because Becky is gorgeous. I ain't never
Yeah.
seen Becky look that pretty
Well,
before.
she has really nice like facial features. So like makeup just like it just it brings
Or
it
just
out.
and it didn't take much. It's just
Yep.
he's done Naya's makeup too.
Ooh, he can work miracles.
No, you didn't.
But they
No,
need
no,
to
you
hire
didn't.
him.
He probably liked doing other people's makeup. I wouldn't want to work for WWE neither. No shade. But I like being able to set my own hours and people come to me because he got a whole celebrity clientele here.
Oh, he did Sonia's girlfriend's make or ex girlfriend's
Yeah.
makeup.
Oh,
Oh,
did
that
it
gold
together
digger
anymore?
one.
Yeah,
Oh,
I didn't like her. She was bitchy.
I didn't like. She was.
Wait,
Something
did
was
it
off about
together
her.
anymore?
They
no,
haven't been
they're not
together in a
together.
while.
They've been together for a while.
The blonde
Really?
one?
Mhm.
Wait a minute. Wait.
Yeah.
Because the last season of Total Divas, they broke up, right? And got back together.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Then
And
they
then
broke
broke
up
up
again.
again.
They broke
Mhm.
up again.
When did they break up?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And
Sometime
she
during the
found his ugly.
pandemic,
Really?
because I
Mhm.
remember when that stalker
Wow.
situation happened, the girlfriend wasn't nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
She wasn't there. Mandy was at the house with her,
Yep.
and they were the only two there. And that girl was living with her at the time that they were together. They were living together.
Wow. Wow. Oh, that sucks.
And I remember them asking
You
her
learn
during the
something new
trial
every time.
if anybody else lived in the house with her. She said no.
Yeah.
She lived alone.
Oh, that
Right.
sucks. Cause she was like in love with her. Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. Sonya. She had Sonya whipped.
Yeah, she really did.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why she wasn't even
What
that
kind
cute.
of voodoo?
Yeah.
And
I
that
don't know
girl's
either, because there was
mother
something
like
off about her. I didn't
Mm-hmm.
like her.
loved Sonya. Oh, that
She seemed a
sucks.
little too. I don't know, but I don't
I
like
don't
her.
think she was all the way gay. Is the thing.
Oh, you okay? Okay,
Yeah,
that makes sense.
yeah, but that happens. Like, if this is your first like lesbian relationship, nah, sis.
Yeah.
Like, no. Look what
Something
happened
about
to
it screamed
Lena
fame to
Waite's
me.
Yeah.
wife. Like, no, she left her. I was like, damn. Yep. 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 Yep.
What the hell?
And that sucks because Sonya's pretty and she seems like a nice girl, but
Sonya is beautiful.
that
Mm-hmm.
sucks.
Absolutely beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
That
It's
sucks.
Adriana's missing out.
That sucks. But she'll find somebody, I'm sure. But the
And
thing
yeah,
is,
she ain't gonna want. I mean,
it's
anybody.
hard to find someone that like you work with because like there aren't many like gay women, and then if they aren't,
Yeah.
they're
Although Sonya has a
taken.
girlfriend now, though.
Who?
She's recuffed.
Oh,
Yeah, I know
okay.
she has another
Sonya?
one. Yeah,
They said
she's
Oh,
dating
a new
again.
girlfriend.
oh, good. Well, good for her.
My wife put the tiny yellow.
Good for her.
Oh, that's staying there.
It don't take Sonya long to pull nobody. Have you seen her?
Facts.
And if
Mm-hmm.
she was straight, it'd be even worse.
Yeah,
Shit.
we saw the when her and Mandy did that
Mm-hmm.
like that switch, and Sonya wore the pink dress.
Mm-hmm.
Sonya
You
pulled it
wore it
off.
better.
Mm-hmm. She can eat Mandy up and down. Just
And she probably has. No shade.
Ah! Ah!
No
But I ain't
shade.
want to say it.
What?
She probably has.
Oh, we were all thinking it too.
I was
What?
thinking it, but I ain't want to say it.
I was
wait,
thinking it too.
Wait a
See?
minute. Go back. Go back. Repeat it.
Honey.
Repeat it.
Okay,
You
Rico
heard what she said.
on fellowship. And you said that that Sonya wore the pink dress better than Mandy. And Rico said, yeah, it's like Mandy, Sonya ate Mandy up and down in that dress. And Teresa, she probably did it for real too.
I can't.
She probably did. I'm just
Canada.
saying. I'm just saying. I've been there
Oh, shit.
several times.
Everybody was thinking it. Y'all gross.
Yeah.
Nasty.
everyone that was the
Yes.
rumor is that like
That
Mandy and
is
Horrible
Sonya
human
were a
gross.
beings.
thing.
Every one of you. You're horrible. Absolutely.
She's not
She probably
horrible.
did.
You're horrible
Ain't
human
nothing wrong
beings.
with
I
it.
said it and I meant it. You're horrible human
Ain't
beings.
nothing wrong with it. I've been there.
Ruining their
Ooh.
friendship like that. It's not
You
right.
you go out for
Sometimes
a
you gotta
night
make the
and you
friendship
drink and you're
stronger.
like, oh, okay.
Ain't no way sex make a friendship stronger. I don't agree with that.
The
It
It
right
make my
doesn't,
friendship.
friendship stronger.
but hey,
I don't want to sleep with them niggas.
shit
I don't
happens.
want to be
Yeah, I
around
mean, hey, it works if you work it.
Hmm.
Jesus Christ.
them. We can be cool.
Donnie, shut the fuck up.
Because I generally don't have no feelings, so
Don't say
we
nothing
can be
else.
cool.
It works if you work it. That's all I can say.
Yep.
But back to the conversation earlier about the complaining, all the
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
complainers out there.
You're
I
the
want y'all to
complainer.
know, I need to shut y'all asses up. Now, I complain, but that's because I done had enough. Like I wanted U.S.
What's
champion
going on?
America, but then after a point in time, I was like, okay, he doing the same thing. It's the same story. It's the same screaming, the same rhetoric every time. I need
Well,
something new.
not for nothing. So does Roman though. Like,
Well,
Yeah, but Roman hadn't been at what at this point. He's coming up on a year. But at the time, Roman wasn't in. He wasn't champion here. It's been like a few months.
I'm
And when
just
it started getting
saying.
boring for him, I'm like, Roman, shut your ass up. Can we get somebody new, please?
Like Tiff
Mm.
always says, rotation, 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 rotation.
Thank you, Rico. I
And I
love
remember,
Rico. So
watching it.
nice.
What are you guys talking about?
Champions, they went
Is someone
through.
else eating?
I don't
I
know.
don't know.
Nicole's so lost.
Eating what? No, I'm playing.
Yeah.
You go fuck her head up. Don't do that. But
Eating what?
like I remember,
Bro, I don't even know right now.
I want to say like the last champion that went through a actual change in season would have to be either AJ Styles or Dean Ambrose. Whichever one
Bless you.
came
Oh, thank you.
last.
You say AJ Styles and who?
Dean Ambrose. Whichever one
Yeah.
Dean
came last.
Ambrose.
Yeah.
Damn.
The fuck? Wait. Dean
A
Ambrose.
change in season. Is that what you
Yeah,
said?
like yeah.
Like they switched
Define.
off
Yeah.
Oh,
during
Like
their
some
championship
people
reign?
yeah, because your AJ started out as a face, I think. No, he started out as a heel, ended up as a face.
That was after he lost the belt, though, Donnie.
I gotta go look. I remember he just changed off.
He was a
Okay.
face.
He started
Same
out as a
with
face,
He did.
but that wasn't during his championship reign. It didn't happen. He got the belt,
From
and then
Jinder.
he was a face for a little while,
mm-hmm.
and then he lost it.
he dropped it to Daniel.
Yeah,
Or
he
John
lost it,
Cena.
No.
and
Wait a minute.
No. He didn't lose it
he
to
lost
Jay.
it to somebody
It was
because that
To
was
John
around the time
Cena.
that
it
it had
wasn't
to
John.
be
Was
because
it
he
John?
went up against Shane because he attacked Shane McMahon, and I remember that, and I'm like, what the hell is going on?
I think that's after I don't know, but
Yeah, because
people
he
go through
He
had
lost
phases
it
the
to
and shit.
John Cena.
no.
Right?
He lost it to Daniel
It
Bryan.
wasn't John Cena. It wasn't
Or
Daniel
before
either.
that.
Hold on a
Because I
Was
second.
it
remember he lost
Daniel?
it right before Survivor Series. He
Which
was going up
championship reign
against.
we talking about?
I'm
The
Oh,
confused.
first one, right? When he was feuding with Dean Ambrose.
oh, never mind that.
Yeah.
When he
Oh,
feuded with Dean Ambrose, he was a heel.
Okay. And then he changed off. He was a heel for a little minute.
He was a heel
One.
for a while.
Then he turned off to a face.
Yeah, but I don't think that happened during his championship reign.
I can't remember. Okay. These years went together so fast.
They do. I know I can agree with that.
they do.
Okay, so they
But
had their Backlash championship because that was when Ellsworth kept coming out there.
oh God, what a
When
moment
Dean
of
Ambrose was
history.
like messing with AJ Styles and using Ellsworth to
Yeah.
come out there.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I think he lost to Dean and then regained it from him.
And then dropped it to John Cena.
I
It
don't think
had
he
to,
dropped it to John though.
He did.
Did John was champ?
Yes.
John. Wait
He
a minute.
That
made
was his 15th title reign.
he made 15. I thought he was still on 14.
No, he tied Big Ric Flair. He
But that
never beat
yes.
Ric Flair's record. He
No, no,
tied him,
no.
and he didn't want to beat it.
Um to hell with it, I beat that shit. Give it to me.
You ignorant.
I don't give a shit.
What the
Well,
fuck?
Ric
I
Flair
can't
said
find it.
he wanted Randy Orton to beat it.
Ric Flair still be there today, so I don't want to hear
Ooh.
nothing about no title reigns. You still show your face, don't you? You got
I
relevancy
mean,
apparently.
it really didn't have nothing to do with Ric Flair. It was gonna
No,
happen
it
whether
did.
Ric Flair wanted it to happen or not.
Yep.
It was John Cena who decided not to
Yep.
beat the record. Because if John Cena didn't would have agreed, it would have happened.
And I'm
Yep.
telling y'all right
It would
now,
have been what it was. So
I'm
Ric
not
Flair.
I'm not faking no humbleness.
So I mean, John Cena was just like, no, Ric Flair's a legend. I don't want to. I don't want to topple that. That's also another reason why he never went up against the Undertaker at WrestleMania
For
Oh,
real, for
because
he was
real.
gonna beat
he didn't want to
Undertaker's
do it. He because
ass.
they were going to make him be the guy,
Yeah.
and he didn't want to do it. I'm pretty sure he did not want to get Shawn Michaels. That's what the
Oh,
fuck
fuck
that
that
was about.
oil. And what the hell? I'll just keep messing these sheets up. Damn.
Hold on a second.
My hands itch. What the fuck?
But yeah, people go through changes, or at least they motives be different.
So I think what Don's trying to say is when they're champion, the certain champions are happening, or when they're happening, their title reigns are a bit more interesting.
Right, like
In
I want you
Drew's
to feel
case,
shook.
it wasn't Drew's fault. That I mean, I chalk that up to poor booking
Yeah.
because at the time, Drew McIntyre could have been feuded with Sheamus, which would have worked out better than having him feud with Randy Orton for so long, and then have him drop the title at Hell in a Cell. It just seemed weird to do that.
And then win it right back 2 weeks later.
Yeah, he won it
Hmm.
back. So that was it's odd booking that's killing Drew McIntyre right now, and they're kind of giving Drew the Roman treatment in how they're pushing him,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what's turning a lot of people off from Drew. I like Drew. I don't have any problems with
I
Drew.
like your. I know. I get the booking situation. You
It's
make
just like,
chicken
well,
shit to see the soup out of chicken shit. So that I can understand. It's just looking at it, I get
he
bored.
dropped it to Elimination Chamber. Wait, didn't John Cena at Royal Rumble in Texas, or was it Bray Wyatt? He dropped it to Bray Wyatt.
Ah,
Wait a minute.
you know what?
Did
I
he?
think so, because that's when Randy Orton won it. That WrestleMania. Yep.
I'm confused.
He dropped it to Bray Wyatt. Okay, wait. What
Yeah.
year was that?
That was like
Was it
that was
2016?
no, 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 no. It wasn't 2016. I want to say
AJ
it was.
Styles versus Bray Wyatt?
I want to say it's whenever they split them up. Whenever they split the OC and AJ. It wasn't
It
2016
was
though.
a triple threat in 2017. John Cena versus Bray Wyatt versus AJ Styles. For what?
Look how WrestleMania. Whenever that elimination chamber
It was
happened.
a WWE title triple threat match on SmackDown Live.
For who? Well, who was in it?
John Cena, Bray Wyatt, and AJ Styles.
And I think Bray came out on top, didn't he?
I don't know. I'm waiting for it to load up.
Oh,
Hold on a
but
second.
that's the deal with Drew. Who was the other? What was the other one? Oh yeah, people was complaining. It was like, oh, Charlie keep getting all
Yes,
these
Bray
title
Wyatt was
reigns.
champion.
Ha!
I don't know if he came in as champ, but he retained the belt. Hold on a second.
He had to. It was.
Because Luke Gallows attacked him. Yeah, Bray was champion and he retained. That was that was 2017.
So that was the year that Randy Orton won his number 12,
Yeah, but
13.
that had okay. Then that means that AJ Styles stuff happened that previous year
Yes,
with
before.
Dean Ambrose. It
Yeah.
had to be in 2016 then.
I wasn't watching WWE at the time, so I
Oh,
cannot
you missed out on
contribute to
good
this.
times, buddy.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I
would
came
say go
in.
back on the Peacock Network and watch it, but you got a lot to roll through.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
God
at this
forbid you
point,
lose
I'll just
connection. They'll
whatever
take that
history
shit
they
off.
give me, that's what I go by.
no, I think
Okay.
you can watch mini clips on the WWE YouTube. They have it
Probably.
sectioned off by the SmackDown, and they'll give you the little cliff notes of a match. They don't make you watch the whole match, which I kind of did. So you can watch it on YouTube. Go back on YouTube and watch some iconic moment, as they call it.
Yeah.
Um,
Up until
Yeah,
2018, it was
YouTube has
rolling, baby.
everything.
yeah, they have it on YouTube. They got a whole bunch of stuff back up
N-
on YouTube.
That's
AJ
how my
lost.
nephew just tell me about the mega powers. I was like, wait, what?
Okay, so they saying that AJ Styles lost in 2017 at the Royal Rumble to Cena,
See?
making Cena tie, I believe, his to the 16 championships.
Ah.
Yes.
But before that, he was feuding with AJ Styles. I mean, with Dean Ambrose. He got the belt off of Jinder Mahal because Brock Lesnar did not want to go up against Jinder. He
Why
didn't
not?
think he
He
didn't
didn't
think
think
Jinder
AJ
Mahal was
was
a big
over.
enough name.
Get
Yeah.
So he didn't want to wrestle Jinder as champion. So that followed that previous SmackDown before Survivor Series, they made Jinder drop the belt to AJ. AJ was a face then. He got the
Yeah.
That's
title.
fucked up.
He got
Girl,
the title, and he what happened?
That ain't right. Like what? What the hell? That's
I
so
yeah.
believe that
whack.
was his second title run though,
Brock said he
because
didn't want to face him, and then they gave it to AJ.
damn it.
That's whack.
That's why I wish. Okay, I'm gonna figure it out. When I do, it's gonna be 4
Yeah,
o'clock in the morning, and everybody gonna be asleep.
that ain't even the whole thing. The thing is that this is the plan for months for Jenner to face off Brock Lesnar. So
Correct.
Jenner was talking about it for months,
Yes,
like 3 months until Survivor Series,
and
literally
Brock
weeks
said
before
no.
So
they
He's
Brock
came
like
was
out.
like,
no.
psych.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Brock
Brock
said
was like,
no.
he's not a big enough name. This isn't gonna put butts in the seats. You got to put somebody else out there. And the next person that I want to wrestle is AJ Styles. They were like, well, Jinder is champion right now. He
He
said
said, "What the
either
fuck I just
make
said?"
AJ Styles champion or I'm not wrestling.
Just like how
Yikes.
he said he don't want to wrestle Adam Cole.
Oh
And
wow.
they did what he asked because if I'm gonna be honest, they were right. He was right about AJ Styles being a bigger name,
Yeah,
but
at
he
that
was
time,
wrong about gender because gender he was already champion. So
Jinder was on that rise. He
you
was
should
on
have
that.
just let him ride the wave. He was already highly popularized in India, which is why he was champion in the first place.
Yeah.
WWE was starting to stream in India. They have billions of people in India alone. So that was the big
And they
catalyst to
loyal as
giving
fuck.
right. That was the big
Hmm.
catalyst to giving Gender that title. Once Gender got it and he ran rampant with it for a little while, after that, they gave him a couple matches against people. They gave it up against, and then they put him up against AJ Styles and he dropped it. And I was just like, as much as I hated Gender as champion, kayfabe wise, I was just like, I wanted to see Brock Lesnar beat the hell out of me, to be honest.
Me too.
I just wanted to see that. And I was like, I feel like you kind of gypped this. Did they give a decent match with AJ Styles? Sure. But you had a heel versus heel. And I didn't really care for Brock Lesnar, but I for damn sure didn't like Jinder's character at the time. So I was like, if somebody gonna get their ass whooped, it definitely should be Jinder Mahal.
Who Jinder
Come
was a
on.
pure asshole at that time.
Yeah. I'm like,
I
come
ain't
on.
like him either. I said, "Damn boy, you sure is talking a whole lot."
Facts.
Every goddamn Friday, Tuesday,
Him
he
and the
talking.
Singh brothers was out there, and every time he turned around, them little minions was jumping in the ring. I said,
Yeah, I think Brock really fucked up his momentum because Jinder was going strong. I mean, you beat
yeah,
AJ, you beat Randy.
yeah. He had that Punjabi
And
match with
that
Randy.
whack ass Punjabi match.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I ain't like that match either. That was stupid.
yeah. It
And
took
then Great
Randy a
Khali
couple
came
shots.
out.
Randy got 3 tries to get that belt back because Jinder
Yep.
took it from him.
Mm-hmm. Which was still wild to
That
this day.
Punjabi match, Great Khali came out there and helped him. So I was like, okay,
I said, "What? What
the Great
happened?"
Khali could barely move. So I was like, huh?
Okay. All he did, he
You ain't
popped his
wrong.
little hand like a
Like
little child
Jesus
getting
Christ.
candy. He said, don't climb that cage. I'm not gonna tell you again."
He do nothing but slap his back. I said, what is you doing?
That's our Hall of Famer, though. Yes.
I said,
Woo.
okay, baby.
What a time to be alive. That was a good moment in time too. I think at that time, around that time, when was little Sky Night and Princess
Oh,
was champion? When was that?
I didn't know
2018.
this is Kelly's second marriage. Oh,
Oh
Oh, I didn't
yes,
know
her
that. I thought
second.
that was
oh,
her first.
I didn't know that
oh.
No, the
either.
first
Did
one
she
was
marry one of them Spirit Squad members?
No,
no, she married
She
a
Uh-uh.
didn't marry that
hockey
dude?
player. She
no.
married a hockey player.
No, I mean before that she was dating. Was it her or was it Tori Wilson that was dating one of them Spirit Squad
It was
dudes?
probably Tori
Doing
Wilson,
Wilson.
Uh-huh.
but Kelly had dated. She married a hockey player,
Oh, she married a hockey player
and he
before.
was
Okay.
never home, and she just didn't. She wasn't with that.
Oh yeah, I remember her telling Lillian Garcia about that.
He just seemed just like very like very
Disinterested.
controlling, and like he was like in his 40s, like way older than her,
Well, the dude she
and
with now seemed to really like her.
he
I mean,
didn't
really
like
love her.
he
I
didn't
mean,
like the fact that she was like from what from what I remember, it seemed like he didn't like the fact that I guess that she would go out and socialize and be out, and he's like, oh, that you're married now, like you can't be doing that and blah blah blah. And she's like, but just
that's how
because
you met
I'm
me.
married, it doesn't like, yeah, they just were like
That was all them hockey pucks to the face
not a
on from old
match.
boy. That's why he was like that.
All the AJ Styles kids' names start with an A and then middle name. What the?
What?
Ooh, oh my gosh. Um,
That's the mental illness.
all AJ Styles kids is. Okay, I don't want to mispronounce these babies' names. He's got Albay Jones, AJ Covell Jones, Avery Jones, and Annie Jones.
Yikes!
All of them AJ.
Yikes!
Mm.
Okay.
That sound like George Foreman. George Foreman got 6 sons and 1 daughter, and all his sons is named George,
No,
and the
they not.
girl and the girl's
Uh-huh.
name is Georgette.
You are
She
lying.
No,
not
I'm not.
lying. She
No, I'm
not
not.
lying.
Mm.
Nope.
How you know which one you talking
Maybe they call them by their middle names.
They're all directly named after him.
He
There
got a
are
daughter named
one
This is like when I
Georgette.
found out
through
that Georgina
seven.
is an actual name.
You gotta be
And I'm
fucking
not gonna say
kidding
I think
me.
his daughter's name is Georgette.
That's
See,
just dumb. I'm
I,
sorry.
I
You too
told you.
fucking old to be making decisions like that.
See,
One through
it's
six.
like I found
One,
out.
two
I
through
remember I
six.
met
We
this
got
one girl,
Gina
and
and
her name
Cindy.
was Georgina. That was her like government like first name was Georgina.
That don't make no damn sense.
I was like, why would you do that to your child?
You mad,
That
huh?
don't make no
Uh-huh.
sense. That's just stupid.
You mad?
How old were you when you started having fucking kids?
I don't know, but that's what he named them.
Over here.
Get the.
Hey,
I'll beat the shit. I
Trey,
will
let me
beat the dog shit out of my daddy.
Trey, let me holler at you. Junior, come here.
Well, how many juniors do you got? Cause it's 7 of them
That's
motherfuckers.
why I said you start calling us.
She mad.
Nah,
You know what I'm
Jared.
saying? And then you got 4 through 7.
Nah, Jared. Fuck that.
Because he's senior.
I legally changed my damn name to Deshaun. You're not finna curse me like that.
Stop.
Get the fuck out of here. Stupid ass. Your old ass. Did you get hurt when you was boxing? What the fuck is wrong with you? Damn. That don't make no sense. That don't make no sense. That's just
He probably
stupid.
couldn't remember no name but his, so that's why he named all his damn
July. Shut the fuck up, yo.
You got another son, what you call him? George Foreman II. George got another son, George.
Dry, please.
That's what he named him. He sure did.
Georgia.
I'm finna backslap you. Because you cutting up.
Okay, but like, which is
Stop.
worse, Georgette or Georgina?
It's Georgette.
That's nasty.
That
That's her
don't make
name.
no damn sense. That's country as hell. I'm not gonna name me Georgette. Nope, my name would be Deshaun. And if I was Georgette, I'd name me some ghetto like Laquanda. Said Wallace. That's even
Or
older than
basic.
George.
Bamquisha.
It's like a real basic name, like
Just
Jane
name
or
her
something.
Ann. Just go Rebecca. Your name is Rebecca. Rebecca
Yep.
Foreman. That sounds nice. That's it.
I was like, what the hell? Oh,
Oh my God, that don't make no sense. I'm finna look up AJ Styles stuff because y'all keep putting that different stuff in the comments. So I'm gonna figure it out. Hold on a second.
George
Imagine the
George Foreman
Facebook
got you
post.
upset.
Just
That don't
imagine
make
the
no sense.
the Facebook post of like we brought our little girl Georgette back today from the
No,
hospital.
see, that's wrong. Your daughter like 6 and her name Georgette.
Georgette. I'm telling you,
Mm.
everybody just look. Huh?
Uh-uh.
They gonna
You
make a nice,
disrespectful.
a
Or
real
No,
like
but
when
the
nice.
like
sheer fact that like
yeah.
the mom let that happen, I'd be like, hell nah. Like,
Or like
It's
when like someone has like an
the
old white
mom
lady
let it
name.
happen.
It's
She
like
gonna make
when
a real nice grandma when she get to it.
Granny
Okay,
Georgette.
so he's been WWE champion twice.
Ah,
And shit. Hold on a second. AJ Styles, AJ Styles, AJ Styles. Seth Rollins, Daniel Bryan,
ooh,
Sheamus,
Seth Rollins.
Jinder.
I like Seth Rollins.
Stupid,
I
yo.
like Seth Rollins.
I really
I
hate
think
that they
he's cute when he
saying.
dresses nice.
I hate that they
I've
saying
always liked
Seth
him though.
the drip.
Yeah, the
Why
drip
don't
got
you
him
say
together.
Drip Rollins?
That's his
Seth
name.
Rollins, he
Drip Rollins got
Okay, AJ Styles was champion twice, and he had a total combined championship reign of 511 days.
mm,
Frida,
Who is Frida?
one of his kids. You have George Foreman the third, Georgetta. You have
see?
Natalie. You have George Foreman the fourth, George Foreman Jr., George Foreman the fourth, and the fifth.
How
What the
many fourths
fuck?
do he got, Jared?
I'm sorry, like George Foreman the fifth and George Foreman the sixth.
Okay, because
But
he
he got,
shouldn't have two fourths.
but he got
Damn.
boys, and all of them are named after him.
Wait a minute, Jared. You can't name a kid the second and the third when they come from the same man.
Yep.
Yeah, George. George.
Because usually it
George
works
Foreman.
as
George
you.
Foreman
Okay,
Jr.
let's take you for example. It'd be you, Gerard. Then if I have a son and we name him Gerard, he'd be Gerard Jr. Then if Gerard Jr. had a son, he'd be Gerard the third.
Right.
That's how it's supposed to work. It's called generation. You ain't supposed to put them all in the same fucking generation. That ain't how that's supposed to work.
Well, that's
Oh my god.
Retarded. Retarded. That's all I'm gonna say to that. You retarded. No.
I mean, he probably took a little too many hits to the head during boxing, so
He don't
maybe
get he
that's
don't
it.
get no retarded. That's the only explanation.
That's what I'm saying, girl. He lost some brain cells.
Okay, hold on, hold on,
And
hold
they
on,
all
hold on.
have nicknames. George the third, his nickname is Monk. The fourth name is Big Wheel. The
What the
fifth
fuck?
nickname is Red.
not Big Wheel.
And the sixth, George the sixth, his nickname is Little Joe.
I
Fucking Big
can't.
Wheel.
We got five boys, and all of them are named after Big Daddy.
What in the Slauson swap meet? The fuck? I can't, man.
Sound like some watches go to Birmingham shit to me.
Oh my god.
No.
I can't.
Okay.
I gotta do something with this cream cheese in here. She ain't drinking this shit.
Okay. So when Styles was drafted to SmackDown in 2016, he was drafted alone. They split up the club because he was a heel then. Dean
Yes.
Ambrose was champion at the time,
Aha.
and he took the WWE Championship to become his first championship reign. It was due from a low blow,
Mm-hmm.
and that's how he got the title. He came up against John Cena, and
Lost it.
hold on a second. Styles had his first successful title defense against Ambrose in the rematch on September 27th on SmackDown after interference from John Cena. He then had a match at No Mercy on October 9th against Ambrose in a triple threat after he pinned John Cena. They
Oh,
moved
John Cena.
on
I miss John Cena.
to,
Good for you, girl.
Oh shit.
oh God, we thank you.
I
They moved
do.
on to
I
at
miss John
Survivor
Cena.
Series. AJ
In
Styles
some
was a part
capacity.
of the SmackDown
I love
team
John.
with Wyatt, Orton, Shane McMahon, and Ambrose. They were the team, the 5-on-5 Survivor Series match, and they won that match. He
That was
then
a terrible
had
ass match.
a match against Ambrose in a tables, ladders, and chairs match after James Ellsworth interfered.
Mm-hmm.
Then at Elimination
That no
Chamber,
chin
he dropped the
piece of
title to
trash.
Bray Wyatt at Elimination Chamber in
Bray
2017.
Wyatt. Oh damn.
Yeah, because that was when Bray Wyatt started going in with Randy Orton, and
That
that's
sounds
how
so
they
long ago,
moved.
don't it?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and they
2017.
moved
Damn.
into that. This is what I was talking about.
That's
Because
when they
after
fully
he
started.
dropped the title, he didn't regain the title back from Bray Wyatt, and he attacked Shane McMahon after that out of frustration, and they moved into a feud with each other.
Mm.
And that's why I was telling Don, I was like, it's not that he switched up, it was that he was able to successfully transition from feud to feud in and out of title reigns.
Oh,
Wait,
Then
The
just a flashback, y'all. I
then
think
he
didn't
moved
Bray
into
Wyatt
the
throw Randy down the steps, or was it the other way around? I think
Bray
Randy threw
Wyatt
Bray
threw
down the
Randy down some
steps.
stairs.
I
No,
think
I
Randy
thought
threw Bray down the steps. I think it was
the
that.
I thought
last
it was
time I
Braun Strowman
remember.
who did that.
No, it was
Oh.
Randy.
Braun Strowman
The
threw
last time I
Roman Reigns
remember.
off of the back of that
Yes,
loading
yes,
dock.
yes, 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 yes,
That's
yes.
what
That's
that
who it was.
was.
And I was like, oh,
Oh, when Braun
hell
Strowman threw that
to the motherfucking no.
that
Oh, I was
office chair
pissed.
at Roman Reigns, that shit was funny.
No, you ain't shit.
Then he threw that Roman chair, Roman fell the fuck out.
Now,
Don,
The last time I remember
he,
Randy going down a flight of stairs was when Wade Barrett pushed him.
No, I'm telling y'all, Randy Orton didn't push off Bray. I think it was either that or Bray pushed Randy down some steps.
I don't remember
so
that.
he might
Google
be
it,
right.
YouTube
I'll look
it.
that up in a second. But his second title reign started with Gender in October. They say October 17th, Styles began a rivalry with then champion Jinder Mahal by confronting and attacking him. He then appeared at TLC and competed against Finn Balor
Yeah, I remember that match.
due to Balor's original opponent being
Getting
Bray
picked.
Wyatt not cleared to compete. He
That's what it was.
defeated Balor.
oh, is that the
Randy threw him
time?
down the steps.
Then they went into
No,
Manchester,
never mind.
England. Randy did throw him down the stairs. That's when he wasn't cleared to compete. Don's right.
That was funny as hell.
They was in the back. They were fighting, and Randy just threw
Threw
him
his
down the
ass down the
stairs.
steps. He flew his ass down the steps.
Yep. Then
Well,
on
damn.
November 7th in Manchester, England, Styles defeated Jinder Mahal and won the WWE Championship for the second time.
And
And
then Bray
that's
went into
and then
his
after that,
or
he
Bray
went
went
up
into his
against Brock Lesnar at Survivor Series. So we were all right. We just mixed up the times. But it was within 2 years. So it started with Dean Ambrose. He was a heel when he came to SmackDown. Dean Ambrose was a face. James Ellsworth had been pulled off of Carmella and was latched on to
Pulled off
Dean
for Carmel.
Ambrose.
Pulled off for Carmel.
momentarily.
He was. Well, he was pulled. I didn't mean it like that. But
I'm
he
sorry.
was pulled
My
from
mind is
Carmella
always in the gutter.
and was
Because they was together twice.
right,
That was the first time they pulled him off.
right. He he got put with Dean Ambrose, and they had their spout. Dean Ambrose lost his title, and that's where they pretty much left it. Dean didn't get the title back. They moved into AJ Styles being champion. He did have a bout with John
Oh
Cena
shit! Oh
and all that good shit.
Jesus!
They dropped the title at Elimination Chamber. He no longer had the title. Bray Wyatt got it, and then that same year, he ended up getting it back right before Survivor Series.
Oh Jesus Christ!
it's a lot of history.
Hmm.
That was a time to be alive.
But it was a lot going on with it. We talking because the way WWE works and the way they stuff run together so quickly. When he got his first title, hold on a second. It was February. I want to say Hold on.
Oh, that took a life out of me. I gotta sit down.
What are you doing?
I'm cleaning, but them sneezes came hard as hell. Ooh,
He's stupid.
knocked my dreads off.
Come on, Dio Madden.
Oh God.
Them dreads are
Jesus.
terrible.
Ooh.
Damn. I just got
Mm.
like a still from Dana and Mandy's promo, and this gear isn't really all that flattering for them.
Hmm.
I don't like it.
AJ
It
Styles
ain't
got that
much.
title in December of
I think it's
2016.
the color.
It's just
And
not
then
just the
he
color;
dropped
it's just the
it
cut and
at
just
an
the way it
elimination
looks.
chamber. Elimination chamber is usually when? In February?
It's just it's
Or
it, it's like
March.
it's like Maria's
Either
old
one.
gear.
December, January, February. He had it for 2 months, maybe a little better than that. He dropped it, didn't get it back. Waited until October to put him on gender, and then he got it sooner than he was supposed to, but he got it back in November on the 7th. So he had it the year before, had a feud with Dean Ambrose for 3 months, dropped it at Elimination Chamber, and then went to the US title for a little while, moved out of that, and then moved back to the WWE Championship. So it was literally within a year's time that he was champion. For the better part of that wrestling year, he was champion in some way, whether it was US or the WWE, he was champion.
Yes, he was.
They all ran together, all of it.
That's why it's all a blur.
And that's why it's hard to decipher which title reign he dropped it, where he dropped it, and who he dropped it to, because it just runs in a damn circle.
My mom loves her some AJ Styles. She loves AJ Styles.
As
That's
she
her
should.
guy.
So when did he beat
He beat Gender in Manchester. They were in England. It was November 7th of 2017. He beat Jinder Mahal there.
That was around the same time Charlotte beat Natty.
Correct. And then he came back to the States and they did Survivor Series a few weeks later. And he lost to Brock Lesnar at Survivor Series. And then he moved into a program with the fuck.
Who's Daniel
Um,
Bryan?
I want to say
Mm,
No, I don't think so yet.
no.
he beat Shinsuke Nakamura. He moved into a
Yeah.
program with Nakamura,
He won Royal Rumble.
and he beat him. And they had a mini feud. And then they
Wait, no, he was a face during one of his reigns. Because Joe was the heel. The
Joe,
people
he had a
Oh
actually
yeah,
he
wanted
had
yeah,
a
Joe to
yeah,
battle with
win.
yeah.
Joe. That was before that.
And they fought at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Correct.
They should have ran that back a couple times. That was good.
But they went to the Greatest Royal Rumble,
Yeah,
and he had a double
that
count out with
that's what it is.
Nakamura still. Then they had a last standing match with him and Nakamura, and that was at Money in the Bank. Then it moved into Joe. Joe and Styles' match moved from there into to SummerSlam, and that's where he had his first match with Joe for a pay per view. He continued throughout there to Hell in a Cell, and he retained the title on a roll up, and then they had another match at Super Showdown and at Crown Jewel. And then Daniel Bryan became number one contender at Super Showdown, and that's when he dropped the title to Daniel Bryan via a low blow on a SmackDown. And then he got a rematch at TLC,
This is
but
a
he didn't get
lot.
it back.
This is
Telling
a
you,
lot.
he went through a lot of people, but that's what I'm saying. When you look at all of the feuds that AJ Styles had, they were booked properly.
Yeah, it was a very. That's what I mean. Like progression in story. That's what I said in the comments. A progression in a good story. I don't want to see the same shit for 3 months like we did with Drew and Randy.
Right. But
Only
even
thing that
okay, if
gained
you
from
could
that
look at
story
it
was
though, when you look
backstage
at
stuff.
like with AJ Styles, he had a long feud with Joe. Joe's feud lasted all the way until
Yeah, that
Crown
was
Jewel. That's November.
Yep.
So he went from SummerSlam to Crown Jewel, and he went through Super Showdown. Those were all overseas, and that
mhm.
he went Super Showdown was what, I want to say September. From SummerSlam to Crown Jewel. Crown Jewel usually happens in November, October. So he was in border with Joe for at least 3 to 4 months.
That was an amazing 3 4 months,
But it was who he was in the feud with
and how they
and
told the
how
story.
it was booked because Joe made it great. Because
Yeah.
Joe was the antagonist and you had Styles as the face. This title reign, he was a face champion. And then fucking Daniel was on his vegan pastor shit.
Mhm.
And he low blowed him and got to get the title, and then he did it again in TLC. So he never got it back. He has been champion since then.
You know.
Up
Nope.
until now, tag team champ. Well, he was wasn't he U.S. champ at some point?
Yes, he was. He's been
Mhm.
US champion like twice.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Interesting. Interesting. Interesting.
When you look
Yeah.
at how all
Mhm.
this shit worked and how it really played out, AJ Styles was booked pretty perfect.
Yeah.
There really wasn't
Mhm.
anything wrong with his booking.
What a time to be alive. That was some good shit. For real. Even when Carmella was champion, that was
Oh
some good
God.
shit. I said, damn, you can't beat her? Come on. Oscar, Charlotte,
He's been
somebody?
United States champion 3 times.
Oh, okay.
He
Mhm.
finally a Grand Slam champion, and he was a Triple Crown champion.
And now I'm thinking of him with
Hmm. Big
not
Nasty.
Big Nats.
They got him with Big Nasty.
No,
Go Big Nasty.
Don is cutting up.
Big Nasty. I think it's supposed to be like a compliment.
It depends on
No,
how you take it, baby.
no, he
It's
no,
not.
hell no,
Oh, it looked like,
What is all
oh
this stuff in here?
no.
not
Did
even
she
close.
oil her ass up? Rico, what the fuck?
Why we got all, what is this? We go to
Wait,
Chick-fil-A way too much.
What is happening?
Ain't
Travis,
no
what
way
he
no
said? It
word
looked
though.
like a rotisserie chicken.
Oh,
Mhm.
Jesus.
I like rotisserie chicken.
Now,
Okay.
Okay, man.
Tears, I'll send it to you. I'll
You
send it
ain't
to you,
gonna like
Tears.
this chicken.
Yeah, maybe it's
I
some
like
undercooked
rotisserie
This
Purdue
chicken.
chicken
chicken.
look like it got a little perfume and a little bit of it's
It's
a
the
little
key
too golden
especially.
brown. It's too golden brown for you.
I like rotisserie chicken.
It's dried out. It's dried out. You ain't gonna like
It's
that.
a little too smooth.
Oh, why
That
did I
reminds
tell
me
you
of
Charlotte had a new
rotisserie
look
chicken.
tonight?
We did tell
We
you
did.
When?
in the group chat.
I
We
was
were all like,
asleep.
she looks good. The robe is nice.
Oh, what that could be? Oh, geez, what the hell is going on with
Oh
Mandy?
yeah, yeah. Now you see it.
Oh, I didn't know it was that bad. Oh, honey, it's like you just put bronzer on your leg.
She darker than me.
Oh my, she darker
Yes.
than me. What is?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-uh.
Oh my
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm
god!
black. Like
Ma'am,
girl.
ma'am.
Oh
Hold
my
on,
god,
y'all.
what
I'll
is
put it in
that?
here so y'all can see. Cause baby, this
Yep.
thing is
This
something.
gear, the gear, the tan legs. It's just, I don't like this.
That's like what Cardi said. Oh my god, what is that?
What
Oh
What
my
is
is
god,
that?
that?
what is that?
Oh
Oh,
my
they in
god!
unison. They got it was real nice harmony. It's acoustic in this bitch.
She say, "Oh my God, what is that?"
I'm fucking black Barbie, pretty face, perfect body, pink seats in a Rari. Always fuck 'em like I'm sorry.
That's scary.
Yep.
That's some scary shit.
It like
Girl.
said it's either rotisserie chicken or those like really like tan bread loaves that you see in the supermarket.
Nah, she didn't get that shit from Carmella. I don't know where she got that from.
No,
I can't play it for too long, y'all, because it's got music to it.
to kind of play
Oh yeah,
devil's
no, we did do
advocate
that.
for a second. Kudos to her for not putting tights on.
Okay.
But
She's too dark.
girl,
I don't
Mhm.
mean it like she's not allowed to do that, but like
no,
It didn't.
she's just
she's not
overly
allowed
Just
to do
tan,
that.
and it's
no,
too much.
just
Like
a
No, it
horrible
wasn't.
case of no
that's
Matthew
some
syndrome.
old school tanning right there. But
Okay.
Dana is her face is orange, which means your foundation oxidized when you put it on, baby.
Yep.
Yeah.
But you know what? What that would fit? The angle that I said. 80s workout people.
It would fit
Mhm.
that.
That definitely would fit that.
It's
It
just
would fit it.
and like there's just like I saw like a still on WWE that like showed them like doing like their promo and from the front Dana's gear is not flattering.
Because the mesh gear that they have for it,
Yeah.
it doesn't it's not flesh tone.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
So
that
can
and
it's
see
a
also
where
like
it's
nude.
supposed to, where the flesh is
just the
supposed to
cut
be
It's a
made her
nude, but it's
faster.
not their nude shade.
yeah, but also like the cut of it just doesn't it didn't look right. It looked like I don't even know how to describe it. It looked like it didn't fit correctly. And it's just and I think it's just the cut the way the gear is cut and just the way that it looks on her. It's just not it.
No, you
I
know what
think
happened?
Dana Mandy can wear something like this. This is her aesthetic.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Dana's too like chest heavy for it, I think.
Dana was like, what if we wear one of the onesies you was wearing?" Mandy was like, "No, I think that's more me.
I think they should
Let's get something that's more you."
I honestly think they should wear the gear. I mean, if they're gonna match, at least they're matching. People was complaining they
Mhm.
wasn't matching. Um, I think Dana is kind of close to the way Charlotte is, where she's heavier up top and smaller on the bottom.
Yeah.
It doesn't lend to her shape, but I mean, if that's what they want to wear,
Dana's like a reverse Tony.
oh,
Mhm.
A Tony.
Oh, his side plates are so
Tony
Who's
beautiful.
Storm.
Tony?
Tony Storm.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Tony Braxton. I'm like, wait a minute, what?
mm,
Yeah, she fake too. That lady is 53 years old. I can't believe that.
and she looked damn
Like
good.
I liked Dana's like rumble gear. Like I thought that was really nice, and I think that suited her really well. But this is just like this
I don't
paint
know
here
why
is just
everybody
not
got
it.
such a problem with Charlotte's robe.
I don't
I
think
love
that
the
it looked
robe.
bomb.
The
Her
robe was
robe is
nice.
fire.
I
It
love
was
her
nice.
robe.
With the
Because it ain't
peacock
shiny
feathers
like
in the
all the
back.
other ones.
People just can't be happy.
Nope.
And now, when she changed her song, that's when you know the game is on.
Mhm.
I loved her robe. I thought her robe was fucking fire.
Yeah, certain things like for me, I know like my butt is so big and like I swallow up panties and shorts. Like I can swallow up a G string just so like I always wore pants because the second I put shorts on, I would feel so subconscious. I feel naked. I feel weird. And I'm just like, no, no,
Shit.
no. Like,
I wish I
no.
did have tears in the body. I'll be shutting holes down. Okay.
Oh yeah, like when you wrestle Tears, you wear pants, you wear
Pants.
tights.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yep.
That I don't
That's
have a
Yep.
problem with. She know where her she know her butt gonna be out. So she's
that's
like,
so odd.
well, as much as I like my butt, I don't want everybody to see my ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
No.
So I'm gonna wear tights.
I've never seen a match,
Yeah. So,
Tears
yeah.
matches.
So, like, I have pants on because it keeps the ass in place. And it's just, it's a distraction. Like, it is. And I remember I did like a trial match in the school and I had these shorts on and like the people couldn't even focus because they were staring at my ass the whole time.
Tears
And
had
I
a
was like,
whole
you know,
section for just her ass.
so I was just like, I'm wearing pants from now on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Came back
Oh.
the next day and everybody was like, oh.
Damn.
We don't want to watch this match. Where's the ad?
And my response would be, this is not the Divas era.
This is
Period.
women's wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
is
Yeah,
women's
Pay
yeah, she's a
wrestling.
attention to the
wrestler, so we
move.
want to see that
Yeah, because
ass.
I like
No,
because
they wasn't.
I've heard like a lot about Tears' wrestling and like because I don't know like anything like concrete like what is like your style of wrestling? Like, are you like a powerhouse or?
Um, wow. I'm a powerhouse. I'm a grappler. It's a bit of both. It's a bit of both. Yeah.
Think hoe, but strong. Mm.
Ho, wait, ho.
What?
Yeah,
Who a big
little
strong
sexy
hoe?
too, but it's real strong. Like,
Yeah.
Oh,
see, y'all gotta follow me. Follow me now. Come on now, church.
I said,
Stay with me now. If you lost, say hold on.
But I was super big on doing submission stuff.
Yeah, I love submission.
I
That
love
and
that.
finishers. Yeah.
Yeah, because I want to train to be a wrestler too because I have Ember Moon School like a couple hours from me.
Ooh.
And so and like my thing has always been like because I'm short, like I'm like 5'5", so I'm
I'm
like
five
rings,
three.
yeah,
So it's
like ring psychology for me has always been like a big thing. So I'm like, what would make the most sense? And I'm like, oh, that it would make sense for me to be like a striker and like a
yeah.
submissionist because I was like, if I wear down the leg, that would be most believable. So I'm like, I like leg submissions,
Oh yeah.
and like I really love catch wrestling and just the idea of like all the creative holds that people do, which is why I love Shayna so much.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah,
Same.
and then like
Yeah.
I also have like a dance background, and I also did soccer as well. So like I've always been like a big kicker, which is why Dakota style I've always loved. I know Tiffany doesn't like Dakota's kicking style, but I've always loved Dakota's kicking style.
Miss
Yeah.
Little One Knee.
she literally is Chung Lee, but without the power or grace.
If it's a super
He
kick,
said,
it
"Oh, Grace."
has to be Shawn Michaels super kick.
Yeah,
Do you know what I
She
mean?
don't have
yeah.
Chung Lee's grace or power.
So,
I mean,
So
at
no.
least
but yeah,
Tegan No Knees got a little bit more to her.
not Tegan,
Thank
no
you.
knees.
There's not really much to Dakota.
Not
She another
Tegan, no
one
knees.
that's just flat in the back
Oh, you
and
know Tegan ain't got
ain't
no
got
knees.
no.
See, I like Dakota though.
I don't like. I don't.
I prefer Dakota over Tegan.
Same.
I like Tegan when she ain't trying to be Kane. You can't be Kane and you only 5'3". And you trying to choke slam somebody that's
You
six
trying to
two.
choke
She's not
somebody the
five
same height
three.
as her. Girl, it
She's
don't work like that.
she's not
No,
5'3".
you cannot choke
Alexa
slam
Bliss is a
people
better
when you
choke
don't
slam
have
than
the
that.
power nor the
She yeah.
stature.
It was so bad when she tried to like choke slam Indy, and I'm like, Indy's got like 2 inches on you. Like this doesn't
Indy
look
is
good.
It's
telling
just
you why are you
awkward.
grabbing her by you reaching up to grab her by
Indy's
her
a
throat.
whole giraffe. Like
I was like,
don't.
what the fuck
Yeah.
is you doing?
But Tegan's how tall is Tegan? I think she's like 5'6".
I think she about my height, which is not that damn tall. I think probably
Cause
like
Hold
half
on.
eight,
yeah,
half seven.
yeah. Cause I know she's like her and Dakota are around the same height, and Dakota's 5'6".
Tegan Knox got some weight on her though. She's a
Hmm.
little bit thicker. She's a little
I
bit
think
thicker than
if when the Tegan gets healed
she's
up.
5'6".
Oh, okay, yeah. So I was right. All right.
Yeah.
Cause I've been thinking this like when Tegan like gets healed up, I wouldn't want her to go back to NXT. I think Tegan would do really good on the main roster.
But
Really?
where?
Tegan?
I would put her. I think she could do well on I think SmackDown.
You mean Chrissy Teigen?
Oh,
Wow.
Wow.
I don't like Chrissy Teigen
Yeah,
at
I don't like her
all.
either.
At all.
Oh, we ain't
I
talking about
find
the
her
same Teigen then.
I find her annoying, desperate. I don't
I
like
think
her.
she's out of touch with reality.
Yep. Yep. I don't like her at all.
But
God, we thank you.
Oh my god. That's a no for me, dog. I'm gonna have to pass on Miss Tegan.
but
I
no.
was thinking about what Rico's saying about her being on the main roster.
Yeah, because I don't think Tegan Knox fits in NXT like the same way that Tony doesn't.
I would have to say
Tony
she'll
would
have
fit. I
to.
think Tony fits in NXT. I just think now she needs to be moved. I think now she's outgrown it. Some people just outgrow NXT.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I think Tony's one of them. But
Yeah.
Tegan, I think Tegan needs to stay because
She need
Tegan,
a whole
even though
switch.
Tegan's great, she don't have much of a personality to her.
true.
The only time I saw one was when she was going up against Dakota and she got angry. And I was like, if you keep that bitch run around,
When she
then I wouldn't
quit,
mind you choke slamming somebody. But she got
Yeah,
to be your height.
Yeah.
I don't want to see you trying to choke slam Indy Hartwell and Indy Hartwell towering over you. Sis,
You know
Like
I
what?
just
Indy.
Sidebar though, I want to see that side of Bianca at some point.
you want to
Like,
see
Bree
what?
side.
I want to see that side of Bianca, like at some point. Like
That anger?
now,
Yeah.
she's kind of like, I'm so happy and grateful. I'm champion. I'm happy to be here. Bitch is amazing. However, I want her to be like, I'm a badass bitch,
Next.
and
This
like
next.
You know who
she's
gonna pull
like
that out?
super nice now, and it's fine. But like, I want her like at some point to be like, oh no
Bailey
no
gonna
no no
piss
no,
her off.
like
It's gonna be
uh
Bailey.
yeah,
I
like
don't think it's gonna be
girl,
Bailey. I think Bailey. I
yeah.
think she's gonna put Bailey in check. But I think the person who really gonna bring that out of her would be Charlotte.
Interesting.
Yeah, they would have to trade Charlotte's ass, which quite honestly
Because
putting
when
her on
she was a
SmackDown.
heel and when she was a heel in NXT, she
That
was
was
Mhm.
perfect.
amazing.
She said Charlotte.
Especially with
You
that
don't even
undefeated
go
streak
here.
that she had.
She was amazing. And she was like, you don't even go here. I was like, yes.
But then Charlotte moved. She put her hand out and moved her ass. I said, "Ooh, you
First of
took that
all,
claim."
we would have fought. I don't give a damn.
Okay, I would have stalled off your ass right
I'd
there.
have been
Speaking of
like,
Charlotte,
excuse you. I don't know if you wipe your hands. If you clean your hands today, don't put your hands in my face,
Yeah.
bitch.
Bianca was
speaking of
cracking me
You
up
know the
Charlotte,
during that
breakup of
segment.
pandemic, girl.
She
Don't
was doing
touch
the
me.
Tamar. She was like, I know this bitch
You up
just
there
do
got
that.
pickles on your hands for something, putting your hands in my face.
ew. Speaking
Bitch,
of
don't put your hand
Charlotte,
in my
was
face.
I the only person who got kind of offended and kind of like ew when she was like, "Stop talking, Oscar, stop talking." I was like, "Bitch, hold on."
See?
I was like,
I
hold
didn't. I
up.
wasn't
That's
watching
why
her to see.
Oscar said, bitch. We
I'm
I was
gonna
like,
going
oh
to
fight
no.
and I'm
beat
gonna
you,
wait.
bitch.
I was like, oh
Oh,
no.
Oscar said, "Bitch." Oh
Yeah.
Yes,
man.
sir.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes,
You know
sir.
what? I regret nothing. It's recorded. I had a nice nap. I'm gonna watch it.
You gotta see it.
I
Just
was like,
fast
did you
forward. Just
understand
fast forward
that?
because MVP do mention Bobby Lashley being champion
Oh,
about
girl, I wasn't gonna watch
17
that no way.
times.
I wasn't gonna watch that at
Just
all.
fast forward through all of that.
I was gonna
Just
fast
just
forward
go
the
to
first 30
Taylor's
minutes like I
account.
And
always do.
then Taylor do got it up though.
Yep, just go to Taylor's
He only
account.
got a little piece. You do need to see Charlotte kind of berating
Yeah,
her.
Taylor ain't
Because
he
Charlotte
ain't a
was great.
Charlotte fan, so he gonna post the whole thing.
I was like,
Either go to
she
then go to
just said,
the
I don't
snooker
understand you. I'd be like,
slaughterhouse
girl.
account.
I don't like that account either, but that's between you.
Oh yeah, I've been
Ooh.
meaning to ask you why you don't. I'm gonna ask you later.
Yeah, we can get into that a little bit later.
Cause
No,
I
I
was
want to
like,
know
who?
now.
Ooh,
Girl, he's not gonna
Ah!
expose Ray
I'm
like
nosy.
that.
I would have to end the broadcast for that and just let this
Yeah.
ride.
I'm nosy. I
We
want to
have to go
know.
up on Zoom, Tears. We're gonna talk about it on Zoom. I'll be
Ooh,
I'm
up all
nosy.
night.
Ooh,
I'll
it
be up
has
all
to be
night.
on Zoom.
Yeah, it's a couple things out there.
oh shit.
Okay.
Okay, well
Ooh.
I'll do it.
Well, already then.
I will open the Zoom.
I'm nosy, so I want to know.
When does
Usually
Zoom
Tears
be so
don't
I
be in
can
the
make sure
Zoom.
I'm awake in attendance?
Usually Tears will be she either be asleep or with her man. You
Yep.
know.
Get my ass rubbed. Hell
Still
yeah.
be
Tears to see him live.
now she be pointing them toes. That's what be happening. She be
That's
right
right.
there. He be like, you pointing your toes again, babe?
Yep.
Well,
Damn right.
see?
He said, "Yeah, you like Big Daddy."
Stop,
Mm-hmm.
stop. My ears.
Yeah.
My virgin ears.
Not
Not
virgin ears.
girl.
Stop
You did
it.
not just say your virgin ears.
Okay, oh, shut up. Shut up.
With
Mind
your
your
husband
business.
sitting right there
Mind
next
your
to you.
business. Mind your business.
Cause just last week she
Mind
was saying
your
little
business.
wild things out there now.
Mind
You
Were
your
really
you?
business.
did.
Shit. Mind your business.
I told Tiffany stop playing.
We was in the group chat. She
She
said, "All right,
right,
sir, I gotta
girl.
go because me and my man going at it." I said, "Ooh,
I'm
okay,
very proud of you.
you better go and get yours, girl."
I am proud of you. You
We
better
was
put
gone for
ass
about
in a
3
circle. I'm
hours.
proud.
He said I
They
was
said,
gone for 3 hours.
they said, "Ooh, is she okay? She's still alive?"
I'm proud of you.
Jesus, that
Cooper
remind me
business out
of
there.
who stand up was that?
So
I can't remember who
hateful.
stand up
Oh
with it
my
was.
god. Oh my god. Him
Oh, it was
some best.
Lavelle Crawford stand up. He said, "Me and my sister was waiting by my mama's room, and she was like, kill that monkey. Yeah, kill that monkey. She
What?
got a pet monkey."
Oh
Oh
my
my
god!
god.
Oh no!
And he's like, "Yeah, kill that cat, nigga. Kill that cat." She said, "She did that too."
No!
No.
That
I
was the
would
cheering
be
at the door.
I
That
would
was
be
some funny
mortified.
shit.
Oh my god.
That's like that
Hey.
one line when, like that one line that girl did. I forgot what her name was, but she was like, she did this like Vine skit, and it was like a teacher, and it was like, "Girl, why your cat at school today?" And it's like, "Because I heard my daddy say to my mama, I'm gonna eat that pussy when the kids
Oh!
when the kids leave."
Shit like that is just so funny.
He said, because I heard Daddy tell you this morning that when you come home from work, he'll eat that
Stop! Every one of you going to hell.
Oh god, they're putting us all in timeout.
I gotta go to that for again because I love a good stand up. That had me rolling some
Y'all
bad.
read the article. Oh, okay, so I didn't talk about John Cena Sr. yet. So
Oh,
basically, John
Why is
Cena
he always
Sr.
saying shit?
not you.
He's always on this particular channel on YouTube where they always ask him about wrestling for whatever reason.
Because they know
And
it's gonna get
he
him
was
views.
talking about how Bianca and Sasha faked their tears before the match started.
Why the
Oh
fuck,
my
boy?
goodness.
John, get your
And,
daddy.
and there's a couple things he said that I don't agree with, and I really wish John Cena would put his ass in the home. Like
Shady
he need to go
Pines.
to Shady Pines immediately.
Shady Pines.
And
First of all, who asked him?
the reason why I say that is because every time I turn around, somebody's asking his opinion, and he's saying something stupid. His ass need to go to Shady Pines. And
I
it's
like
not
Shady
even just because
Pines.
of the Bianca and Sasha shit. It's just overall. First of all, stop booking him on your show because you know what he's saying is some bullshit.
Period.
Secondly, Bianca and Sasha really were emotional during that match. When it was over, Sasha couldn't even stay in character because she was so happy for Bianca and just happy in general. Now, it's disrespectful because I ain't see you complaining about your son.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see you complaining about your son because you're too busy licking Vince McMahon's balls.
For no reason. You don't even got a job there.
Like you be really big up in Vince McMahon about how he really trusts Sasha because the last time we had this conversation about you, your motherfucking ass was sitting up talking about how you would have fired Sasha Banks. Well, thank God you're not the one who hands out the checks, bitch.
Because you on bull.
Okay? Johnson, you need to come get your daddy. I know you're doing your movies. I
Uh-uh.
know you got your wife. I know you happy with Jesus alone. But do something about your daddy.
Because
Okay?
if my parents on the internet, social media, whoa, sit your monkey ass down. Why are you
I don't care
talking?
about him being grown. Sometimes you got to chin check your parents.
Why
Mm-hmm.
are you talking like you're talking too much? Be
Because
quiet.
he talk out of side of his neck and sometimes he be saying shit he don't know what he's talking about. You
And the
don't
thing
know what
that
you're
really
talking
bothers
about,
me too,
sir.
it's always like these old, white, out of touch men who always seem to be like, oh, the women shouldn't be this and that. Shut the fuck up. Like,
Period.
Like Jim
fuck.
Pussy Neck.
Now it's funny to me
Jim
how they
Cucknut.
faked their tears before the match, but there was no issues about Drew McIntyre when he won his title last year and he really cried because that's a
Mm-hmm.
long journey to be fired by WWE, come back, be NXT champion, leave NXT, be a joke of a wrestler for months,
For a whole
and
year.
then finally get the title. And you didn't even get to get the title the way you should have, which was
Mm-hmm.
in front of a major crowd because we had a shit bag for a president.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but he still cried. Not to mention he defended that title twice on the same night.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I ain't see you complain about that. I see what this is about. See, I see where this is going with a lot of people. A lot of y'all just mad because two women headlined WrestleMania and they was black and they had a better match than the second Mania match.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all mad because it was women that was at the forefront of WrestleMania, and y'all mad because they was black. But I
Yeah,
tell you what, you might as well just scratch your ass and get glad.
because we
Because it's in
won.
history books. It's already done. And if they do like they supposed to, it's only gonna go up from here, bitch.
Period.
And that's on period.
So you need to be worried about you and your son's balding problem. Cause y'all seem to be losing your hair real early. John Cena seem to be taking care of his. I don't know. He got that pompadour. He working that pompadour a lot. Y'all need to be more focusing on your male pattern baldness rather than
Yeah.
worrying about these women who were crying about something that was very real. Because representation is real. It's interesting to me how it's always some old ass white man who has been represented for years, centuries,
And just don't understand what the point of it is.
and don't get it. Don't get it
I don't
because you're
get
not
it.
trying to understand. You're
Because
not trying to get it.
they can't check their damn privilege.
And then you get mad. It's like, oh, it has nothing to do with them being black. It has nothing to do with them being women.
It
Then
has
tell me what
everything
the
to do
fucking
with it.
problem is. Because you don't have that same animosity towards Drew McIntyre. You don't have that same animosity towards any of the other matches on the card. But you singled them out.
And that's the thing. Like a lot of the times, like I've noticed that oftentimes, people are are hate being called a racist more than they care of actually being racist. It's like they just want to do shit, but the moment you say that's kind of racist, they flip the fuck out, and it's like, why?
Yeah, like, oh no, I don't say the N word. Nobody said you did, baby. But the way you acting is real racist.
It's
And
like,
we can be white and have black friends and hang around black people
And
and
still
still
be
have racist rhetoric.
yep,
Yep.
but no one wants to admit
Look
it.
at
It's
Sharon
like,
And do
Osbourne.
that.
Look at Sharon
Oh,
Osbourne.
please.
That girl.
ugh.
Girl.
See, Cheryl Underwood was smart, okay? And she better than me. Cause I'd have waited till we went to break and be like, bitch, let me tell you something. When these motherfucking cameras start rolling again, if you yell at me like that, you ain't gonna have to worry about being the aggressor. Cause I'm gonna show enough give them what they want. They want an angry black woman, bitch, you about to get one. So I suggest you collar that dog that's in the back of your throat before you get fucked up on national television. I don't
The
mind losing my
telling
job today.
Good
but
morning, you guys. We're
the
back.
telling part about that whole thing was when Sharon was like, explain to me, tell me. And
She
I'm like,
trying to tell her and she's
bitch,
still cutting her
wait a
off.
second. It irks me to my core when white people be like, tell me, as if it's not my job to explain to you. Like it's not my job to tell you not to be a trash ass person. It's not my
Yeah.
job.
Not even that.
And
Let's like just be a
even
human
further than
being.
that, white people are the ones who created racism.
Yep.
So
Well,
it's not up to me now to explain to you. Like,
it's so
really?
ingrained though in their natural way of living, they don't even realize that it's racist. But
And she's
Sharon
like,
Osbourne been on this
tell me.
earth for
I was like,
60
what?
years.
I
And
was
you're
like, oh
sitting
my
here like,
God.
well, how is it racist? I'm like, the man only did that to her. Out of all of the women that have come and gone in this royal family, he singled out Meghan Markle. Why?
Yep.
He had no reason to do that. There was no justification for that. He did not do that to Kate.
Sure didn't.
He didn't do that to Kate. Oh, he revered her as, oh, she's such a regal, meek woman. Oh, I'm sure William loves her. As soon as Harry walks in with this black woman, all hell breaks loose. And you trying to convince me it don't have nothing to do with race? Bitch, fuck you. Yes, it do. Yes, it do. And Sharon Osbourne knows that. But because that's her friend, if you had kept your mouth shut, bitch, you probably still be working.
Yep.
But you so busy on Twitter trying to advocate for your friend, you sacrificed your job for your friend. But Piers Morgan just sat his ass there and ate his food while you got dragged through the mud right along with him. Then after you got fired is when he tweeted his support for you. But it wasn't during the dragging. It wasn't during the time you was on TV acting like a goddamn lunatic. It was
Crying and
after all
shit.
of that shit was over with, which tells me he ain't really your motherfucking friend. Because if he was your real friend, he'd have been like, hey, Sharon's not a racist. Nobody would have believed him, but at least he would have been there for you.
Ozzy Osbourne. I'm so
And someone
sorry.
posted on Twitter, like, remember, like, back in the day when they had their show?
Mm-hmm.
Someone posted a still of uh, Ozzy in the kitchen, and the back of him is like a shrine full of mammies. I was like, oh, I was like, oh, wow, wow, wow. But you're not racist. Okay. I was like, wow,
I'm
wow.
telling you, it's just a mess. And she's still mad, still upset,
Mm-hmm.
still talking on to media outlets about how she's angry. She got railroaded. Bitch, you lucky you got paid.
Yep.
You wouldn't got
Because
your
if it had
check
been
up
me,
in
I'd
this.
have been like, you embarrassed the network, you embarrassed the TV show, and we have proof that you've had microaggressions against your coworkers. You voided our contract. You've breached our contract. There's a certain way you have to conduct yourself.
And it
You
wasn't just
breached
one
that.
that felt uncomfortable. It was all of them that
And
felt
I'm over it. You getting fired, I'm not paying you a motherfucking thing. Your ass got $10 million for your pain and suffering.
Mm-hmm.
You straight. You gonna talk about I've been embarrassed, I've been railroaded. And what you focused on was the fact that y'all had a pact that y'all would never blindside nobody. But bitch, you was well aware that they was gonna have this conversation on the show. So that doesn't wash about you being blindsided. You
Nope.
knew they were gonna talk to you about this. No one blindsided you. You reacted instead of listening, which is what got you in trouble in the first damn place. And the whole time Sharon Osbourne was sitting up there ranting and raving, Cheryl Underwood kept her composure and was cool. She said, Sharon, I'm trying to explain to you. She going off. Well, tell me. Shut the fuck up so we can talk. Bitch, we can't talk with you. Y'all look you yelling and shit.
That's
I
the
Girl,
thing,
just,
though. They don't want you to talk. They just want to be mad.
yep.
I would have been like, I
Mm-hmm.
can't tell you something you already know. How long you been on this earth? You've been on this earth 60 years. I put it plain. When Kate Middleton's ass got married to William, nothing was wrong. Everybody was happy. But the moment Meghan Markle got married, she was a two-time divorcee who possibly came from shitty parents. Her mother wasn't shit, and she ain't shit. And she's only
I'm
marrying
sorry.
Harry because he got money and he's a royal. But Kate Middleton was the premier prima donna. She's the queen, right? Stop it.
Trinito,
like
Meanwhile,
Meghan
a
everybody
fucking
Markle
knows
had her
sandwich.
William
own
out here
fucking
fucking
body.
another bitch, fucking her best friend, and been fucking her for years. And you know what the telltale is? William ass lost all his motherfucking hair. All of
Mm-hmm.
it.
Stressed the
All of
fuck
it.
out.
Stress.
That's that white life you living, huh?
Karma's a
Mm-hmm.
bitch. That's all I'm gonna tell you.
He went from
Yep.
looking like a prince to looking like a friar.
He didn't look too good to begin with when he had the hair.
Yikes.
I would have
But if
cheated
that's
too.
what you like, I ain't gonna tell you no different.
That bitch married for money.
Yeah.
You do what you want to. Then, not to mention, Kate, y'all bigged up her sister too. Like her sister was a part of the royal family. Had her checking what she was wearing. Put that girl in all of the kind of designer clothes. But you did not say anything bad about her. You made a whole fucking movie. There was like 17 networks that made movies
6 seconds. Jesus.
about them meeting and getting married. Oh, the hometown girl meets the prince and marries the prince. It's a fairy tale story.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure the fairy tale was him fucking your best friend. I'm sure that was all a part of the fairy tale too. All of it. I'm just saying.
Mm.
Mm-mm-mm.
But she trash anyway. Always,
Now,
always been trash.
Jim Cornette,
Oh,
You mean Mr. Cock?
yeah, because he like watching he like his wife to be fucked and he like to watch
Mm-hmm. I remember.
allegedly.
Whenever I sent you guys that, I was at my friend's house, and I just like out of nowhere,
allegedly.
I heard it, and I was like, "This man talking a lot of shit from someone whose wife won't even fuck him."
But he said the girl. Oh, they had to have the girls headline mania. Well, let's look at the situation. Let's call it what it is. You've got Sasha Banks, one of the biggest stars in the company, and no shade to Roman because I do like him. but Sasha does outrank him in terms of fandom. Okay, when you're looking at how much she commands in terms of attention from her stint in The Mandalorian and what she's possibly going to be doing over the next couple of years outside of WWE, she's only going to grow even bigger as a star. So you're talking about someone who has stardom on top of stardom. And then you've got Bianca, who's been talked about since she debuted in NXT.
Mm-hmm.
She was one of the biggest stars in NXT, and everybody was clamoring for Bianca. And I remember when they did that focus group for WWE and they showed Bianca's video package. Everybody that was in there said she looks like a pop star. She's somebody I would follow. She's somebody that I like. Said the same thing about Sasha Banks. Given the fact, from a business standpoint, if I'm booking it and I see these two women are leading the charge in my online fandom, in my fandom when they're coming into the WWE Thunderdome, if they were buying tickets, their merchandise are top sales. You motherfucking right, I'm gonna book them in the main event. And you know why? It's because all the eyes are gonna be on them. Why would I lose money on the biggest event of the year? And this is no shade to Drew and Bobby, but we've already seen Drew and Bobby.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to see that shit.
Mm-hmm. Now,
Everybody was waiting to see Bianca and Sasha. So why wouldn't you book Bianca and Sasha? Because they're girls? Is that why? I thought we was past that. We done had a whole evolution and everything. There's already been a women's main event for WrestleMania. What's wrong with them booking it? I didn't see nobody complaining about people crying when Becky Lynch won the double titles in 2019. Charlotte cried every time she won.
mm-hmm.
Nobody complained. Jim Cornette, if you jealous that you couldn't be there to soak up the moment and smell they farts, then just say that.
Not smell their farts.
Just tell everybody you want to smell their farts and be in their presence. And then I could be like, you're nasty, but I understand you wanting to be there. You know what I'm saying?
And you know what? I be taking fines left and right. I'm like, shut the fuck up. All you do is talk. You can't curse. That's a fine. I'll pay it, but he gonna shut the fuck up talking about it. I'm gonna send his ass a cease and desist.
And then you
He's
get
fucking
these little
running his
people
mouth.
on people on Instagram. Oh, that match was ass. That match sucked.
One of the best matches out of the whole 2 nights, you ask me.
I
Mm-hmm.
warned y'all on my page I was not gonna tolerate no Bianca or Sasha slander, and I meant that.
This is
So I told they went on my page talking about that match was ass. So I told them your mother should have swallowed you, and then I blocked them.
I mean, listen, for some of these people, that is very much true. Be
Then I
like,
get comments like, "Oh, we're not allowed to have opinions." This is my page. You want
mm-hmm.
to have an opinion? That's why you have your own Instagram.
Yeah. And people don't understand how important, again, representation is so important. My nephew's 7, and that is a moment he's always gonna have. He's always gonna have that moment, you know? And
Damn,
people are
don't
like,
get it.
oh, and then it's that, it's that, it's the reverse. Like people's like, oh, they just gave it to them because they're, and I was like, no, that's Jesus Christ, that's not
No,
it. And people are like,
even
oh,
if they
because of the
did,
climate that we are in, like people feel like black people and people of color should be getting opportunities. Damn right.
Yeah.
okay. So if that's the case, then everybody in the WWE should have been all the champions should have been black. At one point, all the champions were
Yep.
people of color, but they wasn't all black.
I was like,
Adam
oh my
Cole was
God.
champion throughout the whole fucking pandemic in NXT. And the only time he dropped it was to Keith
Keith
Lee.
Lee.
And that
Yep.
was only for a short amount of time because
Yep.
Keith was brought up to the main roster. Drew McIntyre was WWE champion for almost a year.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Almost a year. Asuka was champion for almost a year.
Mm-hmm.
What you saying is some bullshit. Because if you're going to be real, 37 years of WrestleMania and no black people have headlined the show or had a significant win with the championship involved except for Kofi Kingston.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're
And that,
talking about they only did it because of the climate that we're in, well, bitch, I think we owe that. If
yep.
that's where you
And
want to
then
go.
some.
I
Yep.
think we owe that.
Yep.
You
But
lucky enough
even
niggas ain't
then,
asking for reparations.
even
Mm-hmm.
then, what's the problem with it? Get the
Exa-
fuck out of
Again,
here.
that's what
What's
I'm
the
saying. Like,
issue?
not to mention that this just exposes their the way they view it. Like, why is
Yep.
it so strange to see? I'm like, for me, I'm like, if that's the reason they're giving it to them, then sure, fine. But they shouldn't need a reason. Period. Why is it so weird for you to see, two black women make history?
Or why can't it just be
Mm-hmm.
these are the two top girls in the
Yep.
company?
Period.
I'm like, is it because you view white as normal? Is that it?
Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And I'm like,
That's
then,
Yes.
exactly it.
but then you ask them that, and then they get all pissed
Like,
Oh,
off.
I'm
oh,
not racist, and
yep,
that's not
yep,
true. Yes, it is because you don't know that it's true. It's subconsciously your baseline, and that's where the problem comes in. And people are asking questions. Well, why does it always have to be a black and white thing? Because that's how you've taught us to see the world. That's
yep,
how we
Mm-hmm.
see it.
yep,
You ain't showed us nothing different.
What do you mean? Why
yep,
does it have to be a black and white thing? When you walk outside, are the fucking trees gray? No. You see a brown trunk and green leaves when it's summer. The leaves change color in the fall. You know what the fuck the world looks like. We see the world in color, and you
yep,
identify us as a color. So don't make it
yep,
seem like you don't see color, bitch, because you do.
yep.
Mm-hmm.
Sure
Keep
do.
it real. But when I see you, I see a pale bowl of milk,
Yep.
a jar of mayonnaise,
Mm-hmm.
sour cream.
Oh,
Mm, unseasoned.
Period. And that
Yep.
ain't all white people, so don't get in your feelings when you listen to the show in the playback. We ain't talking about all white people. We talking about motherfuckers who have an issue, okay?
Yep.
you saltine saviors.
You know what?
He's so stupid.
It boggles my mind. But just to see that look on he was just so excited. And granted, he was just like, "Oh my god, Bianca Belair," but like just to see his face and just to
Yeah.
see two people who rep who are like representatives of him
Mm-hmm.
is important.
Yeah.
And then he kept saying Bianca Belair, Bianca. I was like, okay, 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 all right,
I
Cairo.
know
He
you
was
like
like,
her. Calm down.
he said, wow. I was like, I know.
Little boys make you feel real good about yourself when you
But,
put on some makeup and say, Auntie, you're so
Just,
pretty. You be like, you're so
I was like, I
thank you.
yeah, but my
But he
cousin,
said
You
he
don't be
is.
scared.
Bianca
You ain't getting scared.
Belair.
Come on.
He said
Yeah.
she's the beautifulest. I'm like, EST,
Like, oh my God.
the EST. I'm like,
Gonna
yep.
be a, gonna
So
be
it
If
all
was so
over one of
cute.
them books.
It was so cute. I was like, oh my god.
if you know my cousin, y'all know he is like a mini me. But he hadn't watched wrestling in a couple of. He'd be watching here and there. When I
Mhm.
told him, I was like, Sasha Banks and Bianca is going to, main event. He said, "What? I thought they were friends." I said, "No." So they added now. They into it. He said, "Oh, that's going to be a great match. I just know it."
Oh.
I said, "You better, because he black."
Yeah. And just like
Like,
you Kofi born, like he was so
I
he
cried.
loves Kofi Kingston. Everything is Kofi Kingston. Everything. So like he was so excited. He said, "He's the champion. He was so excited." And I was like,
That was the first time I
That's
had
when it's
ever
the best.
cried. When I seen a match and somebody had won, that was the
Yep.
first time I ever cried. And I was just like, and then he was in there crying, and Xavier made it worse
Oh,
because he
he
started
did.
crying. And I
Oh
was like,
man.
oh my God. And then I went on Instagram, and they was at Wale's viewing party, I think. And it was Shad
MVP
Gaspard,
and yes.
MVP was there, JTG was there, and they
Yep.
was all
All
crying.
crying. Yep.
All of it. And I was just like,
That
oh
did it,
my
girl.
God.
Ooh.
It took me out. And
Yep.
I was just like, oh, please don't cry no more. Please. I can't take no more crying.
I tell you this much: if Kobe didn't win, man, that place would have erupted.
Unglued. Unglued.
Are
I've
you
been
kidding
tearing
me?
up shit.
Even Brie Bella, they showed her backstage, and she told him, "I know that you're fighting my husband, but I'm rooting for you tonight." I'm like, damn. Even
Oh,
her,
good job, Bree. Good
even
job.
her,
Bring know what the
Good
fuck is
job,
going
Bree.
on.
even Brie.
Daniel was the
Oh
one who told him
shit.
that Kofi should have been the one to replace Ali.
Yep.
And I was like, well, thank God for Daniel Bryan.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yep.
And all you gotta do is get rid of Kevin Dunn on that gas and we be all right.
Mhm.
Period.
How the
Pritchard
fuck
got to
you
go
So
gonna
too.
wait,
say
Pritchard
so
got to go
Kevin
too.
Dunn is the what president?
he's a
Um,
director?
he's the
He's
I
not.
think he's
director.
the
He,
president
That's it.
of
He's a
WWE. I
director.
think.
That's all he does. He tell people to
he,
go to camera forward. That's all he do.
mm,
Why the
he's
fuck
the
is
one
you
who got
coming?
people fired. He got a lot more influence than that, Donnie.
I think he's the
And
president.
that's unfortunate.
I mean, he's the reason why Billy Kay isn't there. And I put my career on the fact that he's the reason why Samoa Joe ain't there.
Cause I went there, I was like, who? Let me, cause I talked to Vince yesterday, and this was not in the conversation. Who? Kevin. Give me his no neck ass number. Give me his number. How dare you tell me I ain't got no ceiling, bitch? You can't even touch a fucking ceiling.
Don
I'm
said, put him on the
over.
phone. Put
The
him
fuck?
on the phone.
One thing I
Yo,
do
no neck
respect is
ass.
they did give them a heads up. It was like, hey, people are on the chopping block, so don't be surprised if you get a phone call. They did text them and tell them that. So I was like, well, at least people were semi prepared. It wasn't like
But
But they
you
last
should
year
have
where they
right.
were
taken them
just
better.
like
Like,
But you
last year they
got
were
rid
just
of
like,
people
yeah, y'all
with
got to go.
that had potential. You talking about Mickey James is too old,
That's
bro?
just
that's
What?
fucked up.
What are you
Well,
talking
her and
about?
Natty,
they the
Mickey
same
James is
age.
what 40,
Yes,
Uh
and
they're
huh.
the
Natty
same
is
age. Well,
38.
Natty about to be 40 in a couple of years.
Right.
Yes.
But
Speaking of wrestling,
Well,
like,
Ric Flair was in his 70s in there getting punted in the head, and
Right.
okay,
I
y'all
mean,
tell Rick
you
alive
got
until shit.
You got fucking what's his name? Goldberg coming there in his 50s.
right?
The Undertaker's in his 50s.
50s,
Sting's
Yep.
over in AEW wrestling and he's 60.
exactly.
Tully in his
Uh-huh.
fucking 60s.
Tully Blanchard's still wrestling and he in his 60s.
Like, how
Yep.
dare you tell her that she's too old?
How does
Yep.
Mickey James being 40 have anything to do with her
Because
wrestling
she's a
capability?
woman.
Yep.
That's
Okay,
why.
that don't sound right to me. Oscar about to be 40?
Uh huh.
Yep. Oscar's still going. She in the
Shayna
same position. Oscar
42?
got a child too.
Oscar is 39. Shayna is 40.
Shayna's 40.
Yes.
Uh huh.
Mm-hmm.
It can't be her age then.
It's probably whatever's going on between Bruce and her husband.
Yep.
Wait a minute. What's going on between Bruce Pritchard and her husband?
I don't know, but I
Because
heard
yeah,
they got beef.
I heard that Bruce Pritchard has beef with Nick Aldis.
So you gonna
But what
punish
does that
Mickey
got to
James for
do with
that?
Mickey James?
That's what I'm
Apparently.
saying. No, that don't sound right.
Nope.
And that's a lawsuit.
Like it's
Yep,
like
it is.
that's what the rumor is that like
What the fuck
I'll
does
Pritchard.
that got to do
sue
with
the
me?
fucking pants off your ass if you fire me because of something my husband did.
Well, that
He
wasn't
don't
because
answer for me.
that
He
wasn't
don't.
why
He
she was
don't. He don't
fired.
do my work.
That wasn't when she was fired. That was why she wasn't being utilized.
Uh huh.
It's
That's
because he
still a
had a
lawsuit.
well,
Yep.
yeah,
And then then they're like, probably use her age as like a justification for it.
That's
It's
no
not.
justification
It's
because you got
not.
people working for you now who is the same age or older than her.
Yep.
True. It's not a justification. It's just some bullshit so they could seem
They
like they
can't
had.
know. Nothing about what they said makes any sense whatsoever.
It's
None of it.
WWE.
You
Does anything
can't
ever
say
make
nothing
any
about her
sense?
age because you got girls who are there now who came in after
Ain't
her
Sabrina like 40?
who are older.
Mhm.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
It's got to be. It's got to
It's
be
something
this
else.
shit with her husband. It got to be because ain't no other reason.
And if it's that, that's some bullshit too.
That don't make no sense though. Do you know you
Nope.
could have had a decent feud with Oscar and Mickey that wouldn't have made her championship reign look so fucking shitty for months?
Uh-huh.
You could have worked her the same way you worked Natalia. Why didn't you
Uh-huh.
have her anchoring your Raw Women's division the way you
Yep.
have Natalia anchoring the division as a whole?
Yep.
Uh.
She's a veteran too.
Yep.
And if they
That's a
didn't want to put her
six-time women's
on
champion.
TV
What are you
in the
doing?
ring, put her on commentary
They did
Period.
that before.
or make her like
Yeah,
a
they did it on
face.
main event and they had her
That's some
headlining
bullshit.
NXT Stand and Deliver, but you could have put her on SmackDown with Pat
Yep.
and
Uh-huh.
Michael Cole
Yep.
because you need somebody else to bounce off of. That
Yep.
don't make no sense to me.
Sure
You know
don't.
what? That's trash.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
At least
Yep.
Peyton went with them.
That's facts, Taylor. That's facts. He said, hell no, Mickey is a WWE icon. There's no reason to fire her just for her age. If that's the case, then Shayna, Oscar,
That age
Tamina,
card is some
Natty, and
bullshit.
Mercedes Martinez all
Uh-huh.
would be gone. And
Mm-hmm.
he's
Yep.
right.
Agreed.
It can't have nothing to do with her age. Now, if this is a
It
personal
can't.
vendetta between some WWE executives or higher ups and her husband, that's messed up. Because now
Yep.
you're making it personal, and whatever is happening between them two, them ain't got nothing to do
Then
with
do with
her.
me. Yep.
Yep.
But that's the thing, though. Like, it doesn't this kind of stuff happen in WWE, anyways? Though, like,
Not
I've never
really.
heard no shit like
Uh-uh.
that happening.
Not really. This
Back
Not
like
in the
really.
day,
it's like some
back
old
in the
shit.
day, yeah.
Back in the
Talking
day.
about you talking about the '90s and the 2000s eras,
Yeah.
yeah, because there wasn't nobody to check their ass.
It's a new day and it's a new age. That shit should
But you
not
Uh-huh.
can't
be
do
done.
that shit now. WWE done been taking the court many a days.
Uh-huh.
true.
Just ask Hulk Hogan.
Period.
Ugh.
They've been taking the court many a days. So they can't do that kind of shit now, and it's laws. They have to operate a specific way.
Mm-hmm.
And even though they operate in every state, when they settle in one state, they have to abide by the employee laws that are in that state.
Because that's where you base it from.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you move.
And that's one of the reasons why they make people be independent contractors so they don't have to pay health insurance for everybody. They don't have to set up health insurance like that. They
Yep.
do provide them with, they do have their own doctors and their own stuff.
Uh-huh.
But if they have employees, like let's say the employees in Titan Tower, they have to have insurance packages. They have to have severance packages if they are higher up wrestler. I mean, higher up executives. People who work in Titan Tower have 401ks, and all of that has to be given to the superstars, and they have to be insured. It's like working it's like when the actors work and do a movie. All of those actors are insured up to $1 million in case something happens to them on set.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why if someone gets hurt, it takes them a long time because they have to pay for their own surgeries.
Yeah. That isn't that like what happened with Ruby? Because I know Ruby said that she put off
And
fixing her
Naya.
shoulders for like a long
Yeah.
time.
And
Yeah,
Naya.
If it's
Yep.
outside, like if it's outside injury, if it's nothing had nothing to do with to be done while you was at work,
Uh-huh.
you have to do that on your own time.
Ali right now is wrestling with a torn ACL
yeah,
It's not a,
he's been
right
wearing a
now.
brace
I
for
thought
a
it was a
while.
PCL or something like that.
Or
I don't.
PCL, yes.
That's why
Yeah,
Divas had took his time off again to
yeah.
fix his knee.
Yep.
Ask me, I will let that shit ride until I got hurt in the ring.
Well, I give you a reason why they shady towards AJ Lee. See, AJ Lee abruptly left when CM
Uh-huh.
Punk left, and they were
Support
together
her
at the
husband.
time.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
And she wasn't. CM Punk had his issues with WWE, but they were pushing AJ Lee
Mm-hmm.
while he had his issues with them. She left when he left because she didn't like the way they were treating him, and she agreed that he deserved better. And then she was done. She had did everything she wanted to do. She was done.
And
Okay.
she didn't like the Bella twins either.
Yeah, she
But
wasn't a fan of the Bellas, which I don't mean no harm by this, but it's a telltale sign when all of the girls that were there before the new girls got there have issues with the Bellas now. So it was Maurice, Maria,
Kelly
AJ
Kelly.
Lee,
You know what?
Kelly
Fuck Maria,
Kelly.
because I wouldn't have. I
Mm-mm.
wouldn't pay nothing that Maria say.
They had a very big, they had a lot of issues with the Bellas. Now, I'll admit, what's her face didn't have no reason to have no issues with them. But
Mhm.
Michelle McCool saw two pretty girls and they were twins and they could use that to their advantage.
She saw that
So
with
she
Natty
ain't like
too.
that. She didn't like that. She got upset. Was like, oh no, they're not gonna eclipse me. You
Fucking
know, she saw that in
PR.
Maurice. She saw that Maurice could take over, which Maurice very well could because she worked very well as a heel.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't have no issues with Maurice. I had love to hate her, you know. So I didn't have a problem with Maurice being the top heel, but I could understand why Michelle McCool felt threatened by her. When you look at Michelle McCool now and you look at Maurice now,
Maurice is
let's just
better off.
say Michelle McCool, she been having some hard days.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Miss Mama's had some hard days.
Little chicken
Okay,
bone dry out here.
Mm-hmm.
uh, Maurice still, she got her whole skincare, skin all plump stuff.
Maurice got
She keep
skincare. They got
Mm-hmm.
put
protective
herself
skin.
together.
Maurice flipping houses. Maurice is doing
Mm-hmm.
the damn
And
thing.
her husband's bones don't rattle when they, have.
Ooh, ooh, God, we thank you.
Okay.
Ooh, God, we thank you.
He might got a dad bod, but he ain't out here struggling to walk down
But
the aisle.
men
You
genuinely
know
love her.
what?
They genuinely love each other. Not to say that me, Michelle McCool, and Undertaker don't love each other. I mean, you love
I
somebody too if they
mean,
stealing, if you
and the
stealing
Miz
people's
ain't leave
men's.
his wife
Oh my god.
for Maurice.
Mm.
But
Mm-hmm.
anyway,
I mean, if you
I
stealing men, you stealing people's men's and stuff.
Mhm.
You love too. But anyway,
I
um,
leave anybody for Maurice. I
oh
leave my
Lord have
kids at home
mercy.
for Maurice.
Yeah. So the story was Maurice, Kelly, Eve, they were all in the pack together to get more money from WWE. They went in and they made a pact that they would go in this together. When they did, the Bella
Mhm.
twins got offered a contract for more money. And they took the contract instead of standing their ground with everybody that they had made the pact with.
Mm-hmm.
That was the breakdown of their relationship with Maurice. Because if I recall, Kelly had left shortly after that. Eve left about a year or two later. They
Mm-hmm.
were pushing the Bellas very hard during that time. And then Maurice was there, but she wasn't. She slowly stopped being used too, and she was gone.
Mhm.
So the Bellas, Bree's point was we can't control what they did. Maurice was like, we made a pact. We were friends. Now I didn't watch the whole Total Diva show, but I know Tirza did. I don't know if Don did. He might have.
okay.
I did.
So what happened was she was just like that they were going to they were supposed to like um just like you
Bargain for more
said
money.
they made a pact and blah blah blah. Marie said that they made her and I'm guessing they came to her with like a certain amount and she said no because she was like we made a pact for this amount of money. So then the Bellas got a call and made an offer, and they took the offer, and they didn't tell her, and they
And
didn't
they,
tell her. So Maurice is sitting at home and turns on Raw, and boom,
they go
there
to
they go.
jealousy.
Mhm.
And Maurice
Yeah.
is like, wait a second, like, why didn't you tell me? Like, and Brie was like, oh, well, I can control, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, bullshit. Like, we had a pact. We gave each other our words. We were best friends. And then I have to find out on TV?
That you took another deal.
Mhm.
That's not a friend.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's where they
And
fucked
that was
up.
the
Um,
beef.
Back I said, what would y'all do in that situation? First of all,
Um.
if I didn't have any intention of upholding the pact, then I would have just told them straight up. I'm like,
Uh-huh.
if they
Exactly.
offer me a specific number, just know that
Yeah.
I'm going with that number.
And
Period.
even
Yeah. Just
before
be
that,
honest.
what people don't know is that the Bellas got fired.
Mm.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
They
knew
got
that
fired,
because
and
I
they
knew.
yeah.
came back around the time of Total Divas. And
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
that's why they got the show.
Because I think they was gone for like 2 years.
They was gone for
They
a
were
minute
gone, I
because
think,
they
for
were
like 10
literally
months.
regaled to being the ones to escort the celebrity men down. And
Yeah.
Yep.
then they would come out with Mae Young on occasion when she was still alive, and then they wouldn't be there. Like you wouldn't see them. The last time I remember seeing them in full capacity was when they had that one off thing with Gail Kim and Daniel Bryan,
Yep. And they was gone
Mhm.
for
and
a
then
minute.
after that they was gone.
Yeah,
And
I
my
realized
thing
Yep.
was,
that.
I was like, okay, well, twin magic over. Uh,
I was
like,
like, where they at?
like, baby.
Where the
Yep.
twins?
So I was straight. I was like, okay. Then all of a sudden they popped back up. So I imagine they had the idea for Total Divas, and they
Yeah.
were like, okay, well, we can pitch this idea. They pitched it. It worked. They got their jobs back. Um,
But you want to know the
and
true gag though?
But
The Bellas and Natty was not the first options.
no, they weren't.
They were going with. They was looking at Eve.
They wanted
They
uh-huh.
Eve.
was looking at AJ,
They wanted AJ Lee.
and it was somebody else that was looking at. Not Natty though. It was somebody else. I forgot. I think
Yeah,
it
they
was
wanted.
Caitlyn. They was looking at
Yes,
them.
they wanted Kaylin, Eve, and AJ Lee to head up the show,
Yep.
and then
AJ
they were
said that
going
she
to
wanted
bring
her
in the
privacy.
girls to surround them.
Yep. AJ said she wanted her privacy. Eve said she was gonna quit anyway, so it didn't make sense, and she didn't want that. Caitlyn said the same thing. She didn't want her. She wanted her privacy. It was no need for
Yep,
that shit.
yep. And the Bellas was like, "Oh, we'll do it."
We'll
Mhm.
take it.
Of course, because they were getting ready to be booted. They knew that their time that they were expiring, if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yep.
And they were their brand of wrestling was on its way out. So I don't blame them for taking it, but what I have a problem with is you made this pact to maintain the integrity of the division. We want more money. We deserve more money. We're going to stick together to get more money. Okay, then why, when you got your first offer, you bolted?
Mm-hmm.
And you shouldn't have done that. If you were going to do that, then Maurice is right. Call me and give me a heads up. Don't leave me hanging. And I'm sitting here at home watching TV and I see y'all on TV. And the first thing I see is you getting a damn push and your sister out there, y'all out there getting all this shit going. And I'm sitting at home waiting on a phone call because we was all in this together.
Yep.
That's wrong.
Yep.
That's what happened. Now me, I'm like, well, since you offer me my money, can we? What about my friend? Sis work hard. We're in the same mood.
And Maurice even said that, like, she said, I tried to come back, and she was like, it was told to me that, like, if I was allowed to come back, the Bellas, they would leave. And I was like, whoa.
Now that one, I don't know about that
And
one.
Bree's like, no, no, I never said that. And she was like, the execs told me. That's what you said.
Now, who was the executives at the time?
Yeah.
But
I don't
that
know if we trust that word.
But I wouldn't check that. I wouldn't trust that.
I don't know.
That was like,
Do it make sense?
Because
I was like, I don't
Because
know.
want to be called a star.
Maurice, if you're gonna be real, then let's call a spade a
Yeah,
I was
spade.
Maurice
like,
would have eclipsed them for
Maurice
sure.
Uh-huh.
would have eclipsed them. Now the
That's true.
Bellas, if we gon' okay, let's look at it outside of some of y'all liking them and some of y'all hating them. So just close your eyes to that and just look at it outside looking in. Because I know tears are finna go for a lot of hoes and bitches. We just got to calm down first
oh
and
God.
just hear me out. Now,
Okay.
you looking at it, and all of this is playing out in front of you. You don't have no personal bias towards any of these women. You're just watching this play out. From that standpoint, it looks like the Bellas wanted to control the narrative of the women's division.
The same
Yep.
way that that this girl did to them prior. It's the same thing.
It looks like they wanted to be the guiding compass of the women's division. Like they wanted to be the ones that everybody went to, and they got what they wanted.
Even
But
Natty said,
now,
I remember like that first season of Total Divas when Mania and their match got cut. And Natty was like, the Bellas have been gone for a year and they come back and they automatically get a match. And she's like, I've been here busting my ass. I trained them. And and they been gone and they come back and they automatically are back in the swing of things.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, there's a reason for that. Like something ain't right. Like something ain't right.
I mean, despite the
um,
fact that y'all don't like them, they did have fans waiting for them.
I
That is
never said
true.
they didn't. I mean, even people. Bobby Lashley got fans, and I don't like Bobby
That's a
Lashley.
surprise to me every time I
And
see
that's
it.
that's no shade. I don't listen to me. I don't like the Bellas because there's something about them that I just cannot shake. Something don't sit well with me. I'm
They
well
can't
aware that
fucking
they've
wrestle.
had their trials and
Point blank, period.
tribulations. I know that they've had their issues, and I get that. I'm not going to negate what they've been through to get to where they are. I also don't negate
I
that
will.
they were
Fuck.
strategic enough and smart enough to leverage the fame that they had and bolster it into a business for themselves outside of WWE. I don't take that from them, but I don't like the way they operate. I don't like it. It
Something
I
in the water
cannot
ain't clear.
explain it. I
Mhm.
can't explain it, but I just don't like them. And I've said that many a times. I said it nicely. I've said it mean, but
It's just
I
a feeling you
just,
got.
I just don't. I genuinely don't like them, and I tend to steer
Mhm.
clear of what they do and how they move. And what really turned me off when it came to Nikki, more specifically, was I happened to come across an episode of Total Bellas. I think it was Total Bellas or Total Divas, and
One
she
of
was
the two.
on there. And I think John had gotten injured, and he got a phone call on the red carpet. She got mad because he left her on the red carpet, and I was like, okay. He said he had a phone call. He'd be back. She got upset because he left her on the red carpet. Then he came back, and they met up again, and he says that was the doctor. They say I have to leave so I can go have surgery. And I say it all the time, but her initial reaction was, in this business, when you're gone for more than 3 months, you're forgotten. You lose your slot. Time's given away. I'm like, he's fucking John Cena.
He good either
He's
way to go.
he's John Cena. He could leave for a year and come back and wouldn't lose his slot.
He
And
could
I was
go
like,
for
the
three
initial
years and
reaction
come back.
for me would be like, I want you to be okay. Are you okay? Are you healthy? Is this gonna help? Like that was my thing. It was like you were not concerned with his health and how he feels. You were only concerned with how you looked on the red carpet and the fact that he was going to be gone for 6 months, which he wasn't even gone for 6 months. He was
Nope.
gone for like 3 or 4.
8 weeks.
And I
Yep.
was just and I was just like, what are you doing? Like, this man is supposed to be the love of your life. You're supposed to be with him. You guys are supposed to be in a relationship. And it just struck me as odd that you would go there. It was little shit like that. And I tend to cling to things like that because it rears its head again, because it did, because I happened to come across another episode, and she was just like, I enjoy the finer things in life, and John gives me that. Like, he has a private jet. I don't have
That's
to get
what
on the
bugs me
bus anymore.
too.
I like
That's
to
what
be on
bugs
the
me.
jet. When I get ready to leave, I can just call up the jet and do what I want to do. And I'm just like, girl, so do you like his dick or not? Like, what is it trash? Is he not? I mean, the man set up on Comic-Con. I remember they was on Comic-Con, and they asked him, hey John, what's your favorite thing to eat? He was like, well, she's sitting on it. So, and I was like, bitch.
Oh,
Yeah, John little freaky freak. He a freaky leak.
I said, oh my God.
yeah, that bugged me too. And then it was this one episode where she wanted this like limited edition like Louis Vuitton bag, and it cost like a lot of money. And she was like, "Oh my God, like I want this bag," and blah blah blah. And Bree is like, "But you don't even pay any bills." John was paying her bills. Like she only paid her cell phone bill a month. And I was
You could
like,
have bought your own bag, did. I mean, how
maybe,
much was the bag?
maybe it was a lot.
It was a
Like
lot of money.
20,000 or 30,000. And I don't know.
For a
Maybe
bag?
it's just me, but I'm very independent. Like I don't need a man to pay for anything of mine.
She was willing to pay for
And
a glass of water.
I was just like,
To have somebody
what?
pay for I've done stuff for you.
I'm not talking about paying for my stuff.
No, but y'all married. That's different. Like,
Oh no, baby, this was before we got married, honey.
oh,
Where $30,000 is stowaway money.
I don't know if we ever gonna get there, but
Like,
pray on it. Pray on it. Pray on it.
One time. Just one time.
I don't want it for once. If you're gonna do it, you got to go all in. Balls deep, Jerry. Okay?
I was
Now-
just so turned off by it. And then she would like constantly brag about like the shoes he would buy her. And I was just like, girl, like
It just
this is
that's
such
what
it's a
that's what
bad
turned me
look.
off.
It's a
And
bad
then
look.
for Bree, what kind of weirded me out was Bree is she reminds me of those women that get into relationships or marriages with men and they kind of morph into the man that they're with.
Yeah.
And they take on their personality traits, they take on the way they dress, they take on the way that they speak, and that is what kind of took me out of her. And she was mean to her sister Nikki. Like, I remember one time she would tell her, she was like, Nikki, you're fat. Like, Nikki, you are so fat. I was like, bitch, call me fat again.
I hated that
Call me
episode.
fat again, bitch.
I remember
She's like, Nikki, that's why they call you fat on the internet. That's why they call you fat. You're the fat twin. And I'm like, call me fat again. I promise you, you don't have to worry about nobody calling you skinny.
See, that made me feel bad. That made me feel bad for Nikki because I was like, girl, if you'll turn around and smack the fuck out of her.
And
like,
Nikki is the furthest thing from fat. I was like, what the fuck?
I'm like, she's not even fat. And then you could see the look on Nikki's face, and I'm like, you don't see the hurt you're causing your own twin?
Like, really, honestly, Nikki is an average size. She's smaller than an average size woman.
Yeah, she's
I
not
always
big
thought
at all.
she was a thicker twin, which I didn't have an issue with. I thought shape-wise, she was a beautiful girl, as is her sister. But her sister was cruel to her. It ain't like that shit. And I was like, why are you saying that to her? That's your sister. When you see her face, you should see your own. How could you say something like that? And then it was just shit like that. And I just be like, you guys are just shitty people.
But then I remember
mad.
Bree was like, I always feel like I look in the mirror and I always feel like I need to lose 5 more pounds. I was like, girl, you lose 5 more pounds, you're gonna fall the fuck out. You need to eat.
But Nikki got her back though, because later on, when she was doing Dancing with the Stars, as she was like practicing, Nikki, Bree, and then her mom was there, and Bree just had Birdie. So like they're watching her perform, and Nikki said, "Oh wow, wow." And Bree's like, "Oh wow." like you are so thin. And she's like, yeah, now you're the fat twin. I was like,
Oh,
Oh
no,
yeah.
Tears, and you didn't laugh.
Girl, they be going at
I
each
would have
other's necks.
laughed
They be
too.
funny as hell.
Cause bitch, you
Tears.
deserve it.
I'm like, she deserved that shit.
She deserved it.
She
I was
deserved
like,
it.
now you're the fat
That's
twin.
really that was my thing with them. Is I was just like, you two, y'all got the world in your hands for whatever reason, and y'all were dating the two top guys in the company. And my thing was, it was just like, I believe to at her core, she is emphatically in love with Daniel Bryan. I
Oh
believe
yeah,
that
I
with
believe
Brie.
that too.
Oh
I
yeah.
I didn't believe that with Nikki Bella being with John Cena. I think she was happy with what he provided in terms of a lifestyle and an image. With him being as popular as he was and as famous as he was, I think as time progressed, she began to think that wasn't enough. Like this isn't enough. I need more than this. I want to
Yeah.
have kids.
And that
I want
was
to have a
John's fault
family.
too.
It
Because
was.
John was like, I don't want kids. I don't want to get married, but I do love you. So I'm going to compensate
He said, I'm gonna think we're gonna pray on it.
in different
Right.
ways.
Not I'm a
You
pray on
know?
it.
We gonna pray
Like
on it. We'll see what he say.
he bought her a $750,000 car
What?
that she is still driving to this day.
Oh hells no. I done took that back.
Yes.
Give my car back,
Mm-mm.
bitch. Keys and all. Thank you.
And she's
That's
still rocking that bag he bought her. Yes, yes,
And
yes,
real
yes.
talk, I wouldn't stop rocking my bag either.
or my Louboutins, baby.
The
Thank you.
the bag isn't the point. It's the gesture.
Yep.
The gesture's gone because that happened some years ago. But this bag, bitch,
This is limited. This is
this
limited edition,
bag is
ain't it?
limited edition. Okay, they don't
Yeah.
sell this no more. You got to go to, you got to go get you a little commissary. Go get one of these. Get you a
I
little.
wonder I wonder if she gave the ring back because
Yeah,
her
she
ring
did.
was custom.
She gave that back to him.
He made a custom ring.
Yep.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
from
That was a
Tiffany's,
nice
girl.
ring.
And the ring was
Uh,
nice. Yep.
That
he
was a
went all
beautiful
out for
ring.
that woman.
Yep.
Yeah, but
He
you
went
can't.
all out
Okay,
for her.
even though he went all out, he was still on some sucker shit too.
He
And
was.
so was
Okay,
she
I'm not
though.
denying it.
and I ain't saying both of them
You
was
know.
wrong in this scenario. Both of them. John Cena knew he didn't want to get married, but he did everything he could to appease her, so he didn't lose her, and
No, I
he
think
wasn't gonna have any
no,
kids with her.
I think he wanted to get married, but I think he saw it as okay, if we get married, we don't have to have kids because I'm giving her one of the two things that she
Compromising.
really wants. So
Yeah,
it's a compromise.
Yep.
And then she realized like I can be fine without kids because I have John. But then
no,
as time progressed, she was like, no, like
that's
I
not enough.
really want to be a mom. And he's like, I can't do that. And then he said yes at some point and they got
Yeah,
back together. But then like she was probably like, he doesn't want to do that. And he's
then
like,
she found out about the vasectomy,
yeah,
and that's
yep.
what tore it all apart.
Mm-hmm.
But my thing was, she was like, before I end this marriage, this damn engagement, I'm going to Paris.
But you can reverse a vasectomy though. It's
You can,
painful,
but you know damn well he
but
wasn't gonna do that.
That I think during those times was the only time that I really fucked with Brie for real. Cause she
Bree
was
was
being
telling her,
realistic. Only thing I didn't like is when Brie went there and was like, "Well, I don't think you're right for my sister, so you gonna
I
have to
was like,
stop." I said, "Bitch, you gotta let her learn her own lesson."
oh.
yep.
Shit.
I really didn't like when they broke up. That made
I
me
felt
angry.
bad.
It was like, okay,
Yeah.
y'all broke up, but you make John out to be
That
the one
and
who
bad
was
that's
the
what
guy.
pissed me
problem.
off. And that's
And
what pissed me off.
he was on a damn apology tour all over the damn talk shows. And her sister, Bree was one of them. Well, he was a shitty person to my sister.
Your sister was a shitty person to him too.
Thank you. Now I was like, come on now. Like, even you saw your sister was on some bullshit too. So I'm like, yeah, their dynamic of their relationship for me didn't work. 'Cause I wasn't in it, so I didn't have no say so over it. But it was just some red flags that I noticed, and I know she didn't notice, and he didn't notice. It just didn't sit well with me, and I was just like, I don't like them.
That's a prime example why your family shouldn't be involved in your relationship.
I have to agree.
Period. Yep.
Because they only gonna be on one side. I need somebody that's unbiased. Like, yeah, you
And
was
that
wrong.
and that was my thing. I don't. And then like their fans went after him, and
Correct.
Yeah, that was
she
trash.
still didn't say nothing. Like
Nothing.
I
But
don't
then
like that.
you go now and you're having conversations and it's, oh, it was, it was the thing that I had to get over, and we were in a relationship, but John was a great boyfriend, and it's just like, well, it holds no weight now. Like, he
Yeah.
not getting attacked now.
Why
And I
are
was
you
just
saying
like,
it now? Because
Jesus.
he's moved on. Like
because she
no.
keep getting asked about it,
Yeah.
no matter what she does, and she doesn't bring it up often. Okay.
They
But
still
a
ask
lot
her.
of times the reporters or people who ask her about what she's doing, have you spent, always goes back to,
Yep.
oh, have you spoken to John lately? Do you guys still talk? Are you guys still friends? It always goes back to that question. And
Yep.
I was like, well, how come y'all never asked Dolph Ziggler if he's still fucking
Amy
Nikki
Schumer.
Bella?
Oh, my bad. Let
Stop.
me shut my fat ass up.
What?
He said Amy Schumer.
Oh God.
No, because I think it's because their relationship was so it was
Public.
so public. Like
Mhm.
they
Not
did
even that. They always
everything
ask a
in
woman.
in
Yeah,
front
I was
of
about to
That's
say
what I'm
that.
everybody.
They
getting
always ask a
to.
woman more than a man.
They always ask, but they
And it's
ask John
fucked up.
too.
Like,
They
John's
do.
married, and they still ask him about her.
yep.
When he started dating his new wife, and he was doing the press for that firefighter movie he was in, they was
Mhm.
asking him about Nikki Bella then. And I think what he did was he had his publicist
Say no more
send over
questions about
notes
her.
to tell them to stop asking him about her, because that's the only way you're not going to be asked about them, and you have a right to refuse questions. Like,
Mhm.
um I know for a fact Eddie Murphy has a list. You can't ask him about the stuff that they had going on with the transgenders, because back in the day they said he was messing with a lot of transgender women.
Yep.
And you can't ask him no questions about that. You can't ask him no questions about Mel B
Yep.
and their child that they have. You can't ask him any questions about his ex-wives. He won't answer no questions about them. He has a whole list of questions he'll answer. Halle Berry is another one. You can't ask her questions about her exes. You can't ask her
Nope.
questions about any of that stuff. They won't answer it. They send a list over to that journalist who's doing the promo stuff for them of the questions that they will answer or topics that they will go over, and then they have the no topic list. And
Yeah.
that's what all they have to do. If they don't want to talk about
Even
it,
Janet does that. There was a point in time Janet was like, "Do not ask me anything about Michael," because like
They stay asking her.
every
Uh huh.
interview she did, it always
do you
seemed to
miss your
circle back to
brother?
him.
Are you still sad about him?
Like,
That shit is so
but
irritating.
like before
Like
he
obviously,
passed
I'm still
away,
sad. He was my
like
And when
fucking
he was
brother.
still
you
alive, it
know,
was worse.
yes,
Like,
like
hey, have any
every
conversations with
interview she
Michael?
did, like
Why?
every interview she did,
Yeah.
it always
Like,
seemed to
hey, are
circle
you guys
back to
gonna
him.
collab again? When you gonna do another Scream record? And it's just like,
Remember the last
well,
time y'all talked on the phone? Like, and she's like, girl, like,
Like, what was the last thing y'all
I'm
talked
here for
about on the
something
phone
else.
about?
Like, do you know what I
None of your
mean?
goddamn business.
And she was
Mhm.
like, do you see his children? And she was like, yeah, I do.
Man, my
Like,
nieces and
why are you
nephews.
asking me? Like, what the fuck? Like,
Do I see my nieces and nephews? That's what you asking me right now.
I was like,
Next
the
Dolph
fuck?
Ziggler
question,
might be
please.
trash, but I don't think he was going in Nikki's DMs after they broke up. I think
Mhm.
he got the message when he got slapped on national television.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know
Yep.
Like, I
Beyonce
don't
got a
think
long ass
because
list.
everybody
Probably.
always says he's a nice guy. He's just a horrible boyfriend.
Mhm.
There's a difference.
Good friend, terrible lover. Mm-mm-mm.
Well, Nikki said he was was good in bed. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, she said he
And
was
she
amazing.
was
makes
like,
sense.
that's why she kept going back to him.
He looked
That
like he
makes
good in
sense.
bed.
Yep. And she said like when they were promoting their book, she was just like she had to speak to John about certain things, and she was like she was gonna put in the book like a crazy sex story, and he was like, "Don't put that in there."
Yeah, everybody
And
ain't
she
gotta
was
know
like,
that.
"Okay, I want to give you the heads up first."
As she should have.
And he was like, "Yeah, don't put that in there." And he's like, "Okay."
Yeah, because he want
And
to
I
get
won't.
some other girls to be with him. Shoot. I'll put my business out there. I might want to show off the freaky stuff later.
Okay. Oh, that's what you did to that dash bitch.
Oh, yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's
I
crazy.
read the
Yeah, I
book.
read it.
I know what you
I
did.
read it. Uh-huh.
I was like,
Think you fucking slick.
I
Get
was
out my
like,
face.
yikes.
Tell you the truth, one, I really like John Cena. And then I think I was going through the internet and I came across this interview. He was with Howard Stern. And
I
Howard
saw
Stern
that
was,
interview. I
was
saw that
being a
interview.
dick, but
Yep.
he was like, have you ever been with a fat chick? He was like, I've been with a bigger woman. I was like, oh, Johnny.
I've seen that interview.
He was like, oh yeah, I've been with a bigger woman. He said it was a joke at first, but he said
Wow.
when he said he was at a bar with a couple of his coworkers. He didn't name any of the wrestlers he was with, but they dared him to go talk to this plus size woman. She had already hit on him earlier, and he said she wasn't my type. She was beautiful, but she wasn't his type. Which, granted, I can understand because not everybody's aesthetic is a bigger girl. Okay, so he was like, when she gave me her number, I said, this thank you, but no thank you. And he left it at that. And they was like, oh, we dare you to call her. We dare you to sleep with her. Now, he did call the girl. They talked. He slept with her. And he said, I had an amazing night. And I was like, yep, I knew I liked her for a reason. Yeah.
Big girls, they are the best.
He was like, if I had the opportunity to do it again and I was single, he said, yeah, I would. I'm like, see, I missed my chance. I missed it. God
Gerard,
damn it.
wake up. I almost had a shot with John Cena. You just don't know. You was so close, boy. Ooh, you was
I was like,
close.
for real, babe. I'm like, yeah, sure. I love you, but I'm just saying. I'm like, I'll have you on the side. You won't be on the side.
Not
What?
on the
Not on the
side.
side.
Yeah, John, you gotta have a side nigga. He gotta be decked out. Gotta have a little car and stuff.
I know
He's
when
like,
I
he my
get
best friend.
big.
John know how to play the role. Shit.
They ain't gonna ask me a whole bunch of questions. They could ask me, but I'm just gonna shut that shit down on camera.
My sister, like back in the day, like her and a friend of hers were at a club, and she told me that like this was when like Tough Enough like it just came out, and the Miz like just got signed,
Mm-hmm.
and she was like, the Miz just trying to talk to her friend. And she was just like, ew, no. And he was just like, hey, like, I just got signed by WWE. I'm gonna make it, blah blah blah. And
That
she
sound like him.
was like, okay, like, get away from me.
Oh God.
Yep.
I would have said the same thing.
She was like, he was just so corny and cheesy and just not it.
I
Yeah,
like
And then I
him.
was like, look
he
at
was
him now
definitely
though,
a
like,
tool back then.
He
But
sound like him back in the
yep,
day.
yep.
He was an asshole. I'm glad he grew up out of that, but he was an asshole. For real.
He was.
Him and Randall. Don't you know I just got signed? We should be
On the
kissing
real
Oh
my
world,
feet.
he was an asshole.
Randy was worse.
Oh yeah.
Randall was worse.
Randy
He
was
was
a
like
lot
Otis.
worse.
Randy was worse. I mean, Randy would pull his dick out at random moments. And I'm like, you in a room. No shade. You're in a room with a bunch of straight men pulling out your penis.
Look at
And
here.
thinking it's funny. Like
Wrapping it around. Like the story they would tell is that he would mess with the new guys that were coming creative and tell them like check the time, and he would have his dick wrapped around his hand,
that's not
his
funny.
wristwatch, making a dick wristwatch.
I'd have pulled that shit off.
Or he will hold his dick in his hand and try to make the people shake his hand with his dick in it.
All
And I'm
right
just
now.
like, why are you doing like what? I'm like, who does this?
Find
And they
yourself
say,
in
oh,
the
it's rumored. We don't know if it's true or not. And I'm like, wait, is that how he would haze the new creatives
Yep.
when they would come in?
Yep. Yep.
What's that?
right, Randall. Keep playing games. You're gonna find yourself in the bathroom.
Drew McIntyre said that like when he first became the IC champion, that like they went out for drinks, and he said that like Randy told him, "Oh, like you should wear your belt to the restaurant, like put it on." And he's like, "For what?" And he's like, "Because that's what that's what you're supposed to do." And he was
No,
like, "Okay." So he wore the belt to Applebee's, and then he's like, "Oh, so now I think you gotta like buy drinks for everybody." And he's like, "Okay." And he was like, so like the whole night, people were just staring at him because he was wearing this big ass belt in the restaurant. And I was like, "What a dickhead!"
yeah.
I'll bring my belt everywhere. I know that. I'll be
No,
at
that
Walmart
just
walking with that
brings
thing on. They're like,
attention
what are
to
you
yourself.
doing?
I'm like,
What?
And you have fucking Applebee's.
right, of all
Winning
Yeah, weight
places,
loss
WWE
surgery.
championship at fucking Applebee's.
Applebee's.
Talking
Like, oh,
about
Really?
not everybody drink. I said, oh, y'all gonna get fountain drinks, refillable? I'm not paying for no
Period.
fucking alcohol. That's
You can get
$12
some
alcohol.
Pepsi, get you a Sprite.
But you making championship money. I don't get no fuck. That's twelve
Period.
goddamn dollars, bro.
I just got the damn
You ain't
bill.
got
I
twelve
ain't got the
dollars.
check yet.
I'm like, you making legendary money, so my money
God
ain't
damn,
nothing to
you
you.
know right.
Nah, I ain't stupid now. You ain't gonna haze me.
I like some shit that they do when I was in the military.
I don't like that hazing stuff.
The Poinsettia
Me
show.
I don't
neither.
like it. I
Oh
don't like it at
yeah.
all.
And then
And
Farley was talking
And
about
that's
that
what
shit.
Sasha was
Now
talking
I'm
about
gonna or do I
too.
have to wait till tomorrow?
I need to go to bed. I didn't realize it was so hot. I got my car. I'm going to
That's what Sasha was talking about. She was just like, they would like put like people's luggages in the shower and turn the shower on. I'd be like, get the fuck out of here.
All right, that's a fight.
So I was
Who
trying to
did
think who was on the roster when Sasha got
Paige,
there.
Paige?
Paige did that dumb shit,
I most likely believe it was Paige.
and she would have got fucked
They
up.
luggage. But see,
sounds like
Paige, I'd
Cause
have
like
smacked
she
the shit
said,
out of Paige.
her parents was like, she grew up like that.
I don't give a fuck.
Well, she would have been real. She'd have got a good lesson that you could get your ass whooped fucking with people.
Okay, that's
But she wanted to keep her
that,
job. See, I'd have waited until we got ready to wrestle.
it kind
But
of
Then
see,
I'd have smacked
karma,
the piss out of
but
her for
karma
real.
though, because Paige got hurt because Sasha kicked her
Oh, I don't think that's. I think that's
by
way left
mistake.
field, Tirsa.
What?
Ooh, cheers
I think
off.
that's way left field. They was cool about it.
No, but I'm saying that that's her karma. I'm just saying, like, when you do bad things like that
It come back
to
on you.
people in some way, some form, it's coming back.
That's true.
I remember
You
Randy
know,
Orton's child pics. Them pics was nasty.
But it
And wasn't much to
it
be
makes
desired.
sense because around that time they said that Sasha and Paige ain't really fuck with each other like that, and they had a couple matches make you think like, you bitches got some
yep.
heat going on.
She ain't really mess
Alexa
with Bliss
Bliss
like
either.
that, but Bliss didn't get hurt during her matches with her.
No, I mean like I'm trying to recall the match. Sasha Paige slapped Sasha. It was a work slap. But then Sasha slapped her ass back and they got into it. It was like, that match that Sasha and Naomi had when they got real physical.
Mm-hmm.
It was something like that. It was real. I said, "Oh, there's a little heat going on. I don't think this is, work tension."
It was this one match with Chief Bliss. I think it might have been Great Balls of Fire. You could tell that.
Yeah, you could tell. When they
I
was in
was
the ring
like,
together, you could tell they didn't like
yo,
each other.
they don't like each other.
But that's so funny. They
You
didn't
can
like each other,
tell.
but that was some of their best matches.
Well, Edge and Matt Hardy didn't like each other, but they wrestled.
I mean, that was a given. I wouldn't have liked you either.
No, but like that, like I
Well,
was
but
like,
it's the
yo, they
same.
don't
Like,
like each other.
be real, Don. somebody take your man or your girl, whichever, however you feeling that day. They take
Never
the
in
person you
life.
with, or the person you with, and y'all was riding with each other for a minute, and then you got to watch this nigga be with this bitch, and you still love her on national TV.
Yeah.
Oh, I whoop your ass for real. I don't give a damn.
That's why I said, yeah, that was a given. They was bound to not like each other at that point.
Yeah, that was rough
I wouldn't have liked you either.
because like Matt, he was so emotional. Like it was bad. I was like, damn, he's
They did a
really
whole
hurting.
interview, and
He's
they
Okay.
was
he's
like,
really hurting.
she was like,
He's
I don't
over
want to be with him, and I don't have to. I'm like, bitch, nobody said you had to, but why you had to go and fuck somebody he got to work with every day?
Right.
it. That's some shit I'll do.
Like, why the fuck you couldn't go fuck no other
God.
nigga?
They're like, we didn't break up. Yes, the fuck we did. You just didn't know.
I felt bad, but then it made it worse because he was married at the time. I was like, what the
Mm-hmm.
fuck? Like, Edge, really, bro?
And
Like,
said he was trash at that point.
Yeah, Edge, no. He said, yeah, I wasn't really much of
He
anybody
said I was
else.
trash, and he
mm,
said I really had to ask Matt after everything had went down. He said, you could have really kicked my ass. You could have let me get hurt.
mhm.
Why didn't you? He said because I was protecting the integrity of the match. That was it.
Yep,
yeah.
yep,
But it also speaks about his professionalism because he ain't let his emotions get in the way. But he did feed those emotions into their feud, which
yep.
was smart,
Because
right?
those promos were real promos,
Mm-hmm.
unscripted.
Mm-hmm. I'm
There's
sorry,
nothing like not liking nobody to see all their flaws.
but Lita was a hoe, and I stand by that statement. I don't give a damn nobody's saying.
Hoe bag.
If you was gonna hold, you should have did it behind the scenes like the rest of the hoes. Okay?
And she said though that she got like a ton of heat from like the women's locker room, and the only person that had her back was Trish.
Okay.
That was her
Yep.
best friend.
And I was
Uh-huh.
like,
I
I'm sure
damn,
Trish pointed to the side like, girl, you know you fucked up.
like
yeah.
bitch, like this ain't
You
right.
know that was some bullshit. But I'm gonna ride with you, but just know you was
He
on some
said, going
bullshit.
back to what y'all was saying about Randy, my gay mind really wants to believe that he got down with some of the male superstars.
Hey, me
Oh my
too.
goodness.
Hey.
Randy, I don't know about that.
Ooh, Randy
I
might
don't
have
think
smashed a
so.
couple chicks in the
I don't
military.
know
You
about
never
that.
know.
I don't know. Randy kind of like, they say Randy went to a predominantly black school in St. Louis.
As he should have.
And I'm like, oh, that explains a lot.
Okay, because he be getting down that twerking, boy. He was
That
getting.
explains a lot, baby.
Well, his wife a little ghetto, so
Kim. Ah, dude, Kim so dirty for Randy Orton. Ooh, she just don't. She better be lucky.
She's a Uber fan. That guy, like he said when he saw her, he fell in love with her. And I was like, oh,
that
how
bitch a
sweet.
groupie. The
Count
fuck?
your days, Kim, because I'm coming up.
I
She
was
a
like, ooh,
groupie, but she like admitted it though.
if I
Yeah,
was Kim,
she's a
I'd be
groupie.
scared. Like every time he go to another meet and greet, it might be another bitch he might fall in
Okay.
love with.
I'm gonna go with you to your meet and greet.
He
Why?
was scared. I'd be
That's
like,
how we met.
ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Explains why she got such an attitude when Alexa did that cover she
Oh,
did.
when she straddled him, I was
Uh
like,
huh.
oh, bitch.
Yeah.
I'm like, girl, Alexa is engaged to a whole man. This is
She
on
was
national
engaged to Buddy
TV.
Murphy too.
But I'd have been like, she's sitting there a little too long.
Oh,
Okay.
and
Get the fuck up.
period. I don't know if she was sitting on the stomach or what she was doing, but she was sitting
Uh-huh.
there, and I said, "Girl, the show over. You
The
can get
fuck?
up now. You ain't want to get up."
I wouldn't want to get up either. The way Randall looking these days, girl.
No, but like him in them white tights, I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, when he
Okay,
had the white,
okay,
oh, he had
seriously.
that white gear on,
I was like,
baby.
the white. I ain't never seen the white before.
Okay.
I said, all right, Randall. You better
No.
come on with it.
Did y'all see Mania pics of Randy? Oh yeah, I saw that. That
But
I
y'all know
saw it
who
that
my
night,
boo
honey.
is, honey.
When the camera angles, camera
You
angle kind of
Remy.
down low.
Is it
Mm-hmm.
Jerry?
Well,
solid.
Roman, yes, but like I am in love with. Don't judge. I am in love with Bad Bunny. I am in love with him.
No, I
Like
understand her infatuation with him.
I want to be with him.
No, he started his tour.
No, I am
It's
in
sold
love with
out.
him.
It's
It's
sold out
sold out.
already.
It's sold
Yes,
out, Donnie. You
Damn.
can't get no tickets.
and
He got
tickets
3
went on
shows in
sale.
Chicago.
And
Sold
tickets
out.
went on sale 3 days ago.
Well,
Yes, and
Tears,
they're
you better find
sold
somebody in your area.
out.
Make sure that bitch gets sick.
I'm like, oh
I
my God.
I am
And each
obsessed
city,
with
he
him.
got like 3 shows.
He's so cute. He's
3
so cute. Oh my
shows. He
god.
working hard.
Yeah, because he got 3 in Chicago. He has 3 in LA. The last time I checked, let me make sure I get it right.
That's
But
a
he
lot.
got
2
like
in New York.
3.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's a lot of shows.
but
He
he's
Yep.
must be
not like,
recording some too.
he's gonna stay in one city, so he doesn't have to travel to so many different cities.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on a second.
I just think his whole vibe and swag is just so
Them
sexy.
videos that I saw just speaks to his creativity and what he's capable
He's
of.
so sexy.
And I was like,
And
Bad
he
Bunny out here looking like a bad bitch.
and
No,
he
Hmm.
has
he
like a really
He
nice
is a
didn't.
bad
smile
bitch.
and just he's so sexy. Oh my
It's the
god.
way he smiles that I like.
Oh, I love it.
He's got pretty teeth.
Yes, he does. And
She
the way
is
he
in
speaks
love. Y'all hear she
Spanish,
talking about him? She's just like, he is so
and the way
sexy.
he speaks Spanish, I'd be like, yeah,
Yeah.
yes. I love him. Oh, I love him.
Oh, he's going to Spain.
Yep.
Mhm.
He's doing like I think like 100 and something dates.
Wow.
And that's a lot. That's a
Whew.
lot.
The
That's a
nearest
lot.
concert to me is in
Put on my
Canada.
tour.
It's sold out. It's sold out.
Everything is sold out. Like
It's completely sold
the
out.
whole show.
It's
That makes
ridiculous.
sense. My tours
Every
are
single date.
sold out.
Every single date is gone. Every single one of them.
You gotta give credit to WWE. They really pushed him, and he came out there and was like, "I'm gonna show up and show out."
But he had a fan base to begin with. Because because it he would he would do like promo stuff for his music, and like every single thing he did mentioned the WWE in some way. So like his fans already knew
Ugh.
that he was a fan.
I'm gonna tell y'all a lot of things. I'll tell you what God love. He don't. Mm-mm. Don't nobody
That's
want to think
good.
about John Cena and Randy Orton getting their
Ew,
freak on.
no,
Ew.
I
no,
wouldn't even want to see
no,
that. That's
No,
nasty.
baby.
no.
What you trying to have a room
No.
smell like wet dog or something?
No.
Not wet dog.
No, thank
Especially
you.
John Cena, like them tights he used to wear. Oh no, 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 no.
Before
The
his buzz
shorts,
cut got clean.
yes.
Mm-mm. And Randy had that shack on his head. No, thank you. All that
Yeah,
shit can
no, it's
go.
so
That's
bad.
when he had that fucking
No, I
bag.
don't want to think about that. I'm sorry.
Mm-mm,
Y'all ruining stuff. Like,
no, but yes, I am in love with Bad Bunny.
It's okay.
I'm in
Do
love
like they
with
said
him.
in the SpongeBob movie. Don't think we
I want
don't
to
know
let
how
him.
to weed them out.
so
I'm gonna find them. I'm gonna
sad.
find them. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
I'm
Yep,
dying. You know my
Yep.
I
We
want to
don't
lick
think
him.
we don't know how to weed them out. I'm fine. You bubble blowing
But he got a
butthole.
girlfriend, though, I think.
Who,
Who?
Bad Bunny?
Yes.
What that mean?
You got a man. The hell
What that
you
mean?
spoken for too.
He'll be married all the time. It's okay.
Her name is I think Gabriella, I think it is her name.
Damn, Tears, you done found out what his girlfriend name is.
Yep,
You know
Oh
her
my
social too.
god.
yep. I was like, man, like, fuck.
This her
That's
social, her
okay.
home address, her
I'll
birthday.
find that hoe. No, I'm playing.
No.
I'm kidding.
And this her coordinates right now.
I'm kidding. I do like him, though. I'm like, he's so cute. And his music is really good.
Yes.
No, it's really good.
I was
And
listening to it after Tears was showing me all these videos.
it's
I
very
put in a
diverse, though,
playlist.
too.
I was
It's really good.
I was like, this is fire. I don't really listen to reggaeton, but I'm gonna start listening to some.
It's deeper than that though. Like it sounds like rap, but like a bit. It's different. I like him. You want to like him?
It's a hot mess.
Looking forward to Zoom.
Are we gonna Zoom?
I
Yeah, I can
might.
set it up.
I'm here all night, guys. I'm here all night.
It's a hot mess. All
So
right,
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
find out
go.
the tea.
Yeah, we can get into some things.
Yeah, because I'm nosy, so I want to know what happened.
I'm gonna go, so I will probably go live again, probably Friday. I'll see you guys. Bye.
Bye, y'all.